It's time for Vermillion Tanagers football on ESPN 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Vermillion, and the following Vermillion Sportscaster Club members: Murph's Appliance, Knudsen Family Dentistry, Runnings of Vermillion, Vermillion Chamber and Development Company, Vermillion Vision Care, Voyage Credit Union, Todd's Electric, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Masaba, Blaine's Body Shop, Clay County Abstract, The Lumberyard, Yankton Thrive, Johnson Feed, Vermillion Medical Clinic, First Dakota National Bank, Kalen's, Fuller Digital Solutions, Thermobond, Intech, Dairy Queen of Vermillion, Farmers Union Insurance, Vermillion Auto Works, Dave's Roofing, Pizza Ranch of Vermillion, and Candy's Couture. Now to the field in the Vermillion Area Chamber and Development Company pregame show with the voice of Vermillion Tanager Athletics, Michael Schumacher.
Double-header action. Tanager basketball here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson alongside Parker Orr. Thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio. Vermillion Tanagers 1-1 on the season, taking on a 5-1 Crofton Warriors basketball team here. Got interviews coming up here from Coach Gade of Crofton and Coach Drake of Vermillion. But before that, Parker, look at an exciting matchup coming up.
Yeah, I know. These are two teams battling across that state boundary. As right before this, we've got Centerville and Crofton playing here on the Vermillion Chamber Development pregame show. Like, we really do need to highlight that Crofton, a lot of early experience coming into this game. Normally in December, you've only played less than a handful. They're, 5-1 coming into this one?
That's right.
So they have really proven themselves. And Vermillion proved themselves against Sioux Falls Lutheran. You know, they beat them by 33 points. But then West Central, they had a back-and-forth battle there. We even saw Trey Hansen get injured and go out for a few minutes, but Vermillion was able to claw their way into that game. They kept it. It was a very high-scoring contest, 85-75. So playing a West Central team that close means this Vermillion team is prepped to play at Crofton, who's gotten a really hot start to the season.
Don't ever count out those Northeast teams when it comes to basketball. There's a lot of high-powered teams there that have won quite a few state titles, Crofton being one of them. So coming up, like I said, exciting matchup to look forward to right after that game. The girls basketball, as we watch the Lady Tanagers take on the the Lady Tanagers take on the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. Both Warriors. So very exciting doubleheader matchup. We'll be right back after these messages, and we'll be able to listen to the interview from Coach Gade of the Crofton Warriors. I'm Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. Thanks for listening.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candy's Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candy's Couture, 17 West Main Street.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No. just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Welcome back to Breakfast with the Coaches, where we're talking some area athletics as the Crofton Warriors basketball team, the boys basketball. You know, we've heard about the girls for a while, but boy, the boys basketball team having themselves a nice season. We have head coach Frank Gade on the line. Coach, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well.
Well, it's you should season off to a really nice start, 5-1 on the year. You know, started off with that loss to St. Mary's, but you and I talked before the season that was going to be a tough one. St. Mary's returning state champs in D2 and returned a lot of their talent, and they showed that. But man, you guys have turned around since then. 5 consecutive wins. Has the season gone any better than you could have envisioned?
It seems pretty perfect up to this point. Considering our short prep against St. Mary's and even this week, maybe it's just prepping us for this week. Saturday will be our third of 4 in 7 days. So a real sprint here before Christmas break. But the boys are playing well. They're playing really hard, and our defense just continues to show up.
Well, and that's been the key. You know, we can talk about the offense a little bit, you know, with Allen and Foxhoven kind of leading the way, combining for about 30 points a game, but everyone is contributing. You know, between Jackson at 4.5 and Panning at almost 5 and Jackson lined at almost 6. You know, everyone's contributing every night, so it's not a 1 or 2 man operation. And what struck me is just everyone's contributing with rebounds and assists and steals, you know, averaging almost a steal per game. You get 4 of those. Well, if you're able to turn those into points, it's not only a stop, it's a 4-point swing right there. And with your guys' schedule, you have really been able to hold your opponents to around that 50-point mark, which if you're able to do that, you're going to be successful a lot. Yeah,
that's, something we write on the board before every game. Our boys have really bought in on the defensive end. Preston and Trevor, they do score, 10, 15 a game, but they're elite on defense. They talk extremely well, along with Tyson Jackson. Our practices are loud, and they should be. A loud gym's a winning gym. I'm just really proud of our boys and how they've stepped up, and accepted roles and been stars at their roles. And how connected we are on defense.
Well, in that connection and that communication, how valuable was it, do you think, the successful football season where a lot of these players were together during that season, so they have that consideration and acknowledgement of each other and kind of that camaraderie that goes with that?
Yeah, and we shouted out last night in the locker room after our win. Tyson Jackson he's an incredible leader. That boy could be my son. I'm so proud of him. And between him and Russ, or Trevor, we call him Russ, Trevor Allen, they're so vocal, and they're just good leaders, and they're really good kids. Which is why the kids respect him, and they I really feel like specifically Tyson, his leadership has really helped us this year.
Well, and with that leadership, you're receiving it. You only have, I think, 2 seniors. Did I read that right? The rest of these young men are playing with each other, and they're going to be back next year. Knock on wood.
That is correct.
All right.
That is correct.
Well, that is great. And like you said, defensively, you guys are even that St. Mary's loss, they only scored 56, and they're a team that scores a lot, that they can put some points up. So
Yes, that is correct.
so to hold them to 56, I know it was a loss, but your stuff to be like, okay, that is not bad at all. Now you guys are taking on kind of a tough matchup. You have a couple of tough games coming up here to close out the season. Just kind of talk about the value of that game in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. You guys have played there for a few years now. It's a completely kind of different venue than a normal, like not little, but a high school gymnasium. You know,
you're right.
It's a D1 school. USD can get that house rocking. And you're playing a really good Vermillion Tanagers team as well. Kind of talk about the value of playing in that classic, in the venue, but then also talk about your opponent.
Well, it's a really great experience, obviously, for the kids. You know, how many people get to go play, you know, in an arena like that? It's few and far between. So it's really unique, and I know the kids enjoy it. And, you know, usually we go up there and, we're playing either, you know, West Central, who's really talented this year, saw some of them on film, and Vermillion, who's also really talented. It's almost like a little bit different brand of basketball. You know, down here, specifically in our conference, we always talk about it's a rock fight in a phone booth. It's really physical. Not that it's not physical up there. It's just a little bit more up-tempo. You know, we're used to, you know, I saw a score down here the other night from a couple conference teams, and it was 36-33, you know. You know, up there seems more like they're more in the 70s. It's a little bit more up-tempo. But I know Vermillion's really talented. They got some really good guards who can fill it up, and they really, really run the floor very well.
Well, it should be a good matchup. You know, Trey Hansen is a returning All-Stater for Vermillion, but you guys have that two-headed monster. Should be fun. You know, as you look ahead to then Winside and then that Christmas break, what would you like to? You know, how does Christmas break work for you guys? There is a bit of a moratorium. How are you guys able to get some practices in? Because then you turn around and you come back on January 2nd with the game at O'Neill.
Yeah, no, we have Winside on Monday, which they're playing really solid too. They're 4-1, and then we'll have practice Tuesday, hopefully probably Tuesday morning, and then the kids get their 5-day break. You know, locks go on the gym. You know, we can't bounce a ball, so it's go have some family time, a little bit of downtime, you know, a little bit of communication here and there. But it's also good for, you know, I mean, some of these boys have been going since, you know, early August, you know, coming off of football. So a couple days just off your feet isn't going to hurt them. So, and then, we'll have a practice before our holiday tournament, which is at our place this year. So.
Oh, that's right. I spaced on that. Who do you guys play in that one?
I think we have Why Not first.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you guys jump right in. Why Not's going to be a good team, and so it gets to be tough. But then, boy, once that calendar turns, what is the season like? Because that's when the pedal's to the metal.
Yeah, January is the start of January is always tough for us. We got O'Neill and Ponca, and those are usually two pretty talented squads. And we kind of get into the meat of our conference, of our Mid-States Conference. Which, like I said before, it's just a meat grinder. It's a rock fight in a phone booth every year. It's always physical, which is fine because that's how we like to play anyway. So,
all right. Well, it's been fun to see the start of the season, and as a Crofton alum, it's always fun to see the team having success. So, Coach, best of luck against Vermillion. Best of luck with the rest of the season, and I hope we can touch base again. Sanford Coyote Sports Center. That'll all be part of the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. We'll be back with more right after this.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Breakfast with the Coaches as we get ready to bring you some Vermillion Tanager basketball. We're going to discuss the week that was and the week yet to come of Tanager basketball with Coach Jay Drake. Coach, how you doing today?
Good, doing good.
Well, good. Well, you know, coming off that game against West Central, I told a number of people, I said, I don't think I've ever been more positive coming off 2 losses by my Tanager teams. But I thought you guys both looked good. I thought you represented well and showed a lot of depth out there. You know, just where really felt like the team was coming together, and it wasn't just a one-man show. It wasn't anything like that. Everyone was playing their role. Now fell short, but that's to West Central. That honestly probably one of the top 2-3 teams in Class A.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, they got a really good basketball team. They've got depth. They've got athletes all over, and like we said before the game, Mebius is one of the better point guards in the state. And then when you have a cool kid inside at 6'10" that can score inside but can go out and shoot a 3 as well, they're very tough to guard. And they got athletes and shooters around those guys that space the floor. And you know, going into the game, we said after game 1, it's always nice to get a game in. And you learn things about your team. But, you know, we knew going into game 2 with West Central, we'd probably learn more about our team than we did from game 1. And we got off to a slow start, got down 7-0, and got back in it midway through the first. But then, you know, they pushed the lead back to 24-11 after 1. And the game could have obviously gone the other direction. But our kids... The nice thing about that night and learning from the game and about our athletes and stuff is I thought we showed a lot of grit and toughness and kept battling. And, you know, other than our early turnovers that led to transition points for them, once we kind of got settled in the basketball game, really the rest of the night, you know, I thought we were, after the first quarter, really good offensively, and we shot the ball well. Now they did the same thing, and we've got to be better defensively. We couldn't string together stops, but it's kind of one of those games that we go from 7 or 8 back to 12-13, back to 7 or 8, and then kind of our last hurrah there in the fourth quarter with about 4 minutes to go. Trey went in, got it to a 7-point game, came down, had some cramps obviously, and we were without him for a couple minutes, and yet we were still able to, after Luke's 3, we cut it to 4 points with 2.5 minutes left, and I think the next possession, Luke fouled out. Trey was able to come back in the game late, but just couldn't cut it any closer. But gave ourselves a chance, and a lot of good things to take from it. I think they're as good as anyone in Class A, to be quite honest, and hopefully we can build some confidence from that.
Well, and you mentioned something there. Like you said, you got it close there with about 4:15 remaining, and then Trey went out with the cramp. And then, yeah, he and Luke were never on the court at the same time then after that. And I thought Luke really showed up pretty well, defensively, defending the cool kid. And that's kind of why he fouled out. I mean, it's tough when you have that 6-inch height difference. In addition to the wingspan and all of that, I thought Luke did a really nice job. I mean, Cool got some points, but it wasn't easy for him. But I thought Luke offensively showed me a few different things that I don't remember seeing last year, at least a really nice, or at least developed his turnaround jumper, but also had a step-back three. And I thought his ball handling, just driving from the outside, seems improved. Just maybe talk about Luke Jensen and what he means to this team this season.
Yeah, good basketball player. We think in our minds, we think he's an all-state caliber kid and one of the better top 15 to 20 players in Class A, and he puts a lot of time in the off season. And obviously, he took a huge step last year. Was on our varsity, but wasn't in our rotation as a freshman, and then jumped into the starting lineup and was a third-team all-conference player for us in the DAC-12, which obviously is saying something with our conference. But last year, maybe more of just a catch-and-shoot perimeter shooter, and he can shoot it. But, when you say just kind of his development over this past off-season, being able to put it on the floor, he did a good job of getting to the basket, getting in the paint, and he's got a nice little pull-up jumper in the paint, and like you said, step-back three, and he handles the ball probably much better than he did a year ago. And, and we probably need to get him in posting up a little bit more often, too, because he's got some nice post moves inside. So it's really nice to have, him and Trey the other night combined for 53 points. And we always say every night, we don't care how we get it done, just as long as we can get it done. And, but teams are going to key on those two. But it's two players that we know every night that between them, they're both capable of getting 20-some, and if two kids can get you 45 to 50 points, and our others step up, and we've got others. Spencer had a nice game the other night with 10 points, getting in double figures. Gabe had 8, and as a returning starter, Gabe last year had multiple games in double digits, and he's a capable scorer as well. And then, as the season goes on, as they gain experience, Trent Thomas had 9 in the first game, but he's a capable shooter and can help space the floor. And I think Kale, as a freshman, and the more experience and more games he gets in, he's going to be more confident and more aggressive, too. And we'll need that to help kind of free up Trey and Luke as well.
Well, and between Trenton and Kale, they kind of offer two different dynamics. Kale's probably maybe a little bit more athletic, and Trenton's more of an outside shooter, but both great weapons. And if they can step up and give you that number 3, 4, and 5 every night, that it'll be huge. And that continues on into this matchup at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, where you're taking on Crofton. Now, Crofton's a team that we know the girls have always been good, but the boys basketball hasn't always been the best. It feels like this year something's changed with that. They have some underclassmen and kind of a two-headed monster there. Kind of talk about that matchup.
Yeah, they got a really nice team. Looking at them, it's always a concern. This will be game number 7 for them, and it's still only game 3 for us. So sometimes when you play these out-of-state teams early in the year, they start a little bit earlier. So they're a little deeper into their season and have a little bit more game experience. But, I believe they got second in their class in football, and you can tell just by their kids on the floor. They're good-looking athletes. Not a real tall team, more of a perimeter-oriented team, but they're strong kids, physical kids, and we played them 2 years in a row, and it was actually at the same thing at the Classic at the SCSC. It was about 4 or 5 years ago where we played them back-to-back years, but now I haven't played them for a few years. But it's the same coach and doing some of the similar things. But they lost their first game. They've now won 5 in a row and are 5-1, and they remind me a lot. It's nothing real fancy. their discipline. They play the game the right way. They'll defend you. And we've told our group, they from a team standpoint, they remind me a lot of the Ponca team we saw last year, late in the year, with some veteran players and good, strong kids. And, we had our hands full that night at Ponca. So anytime you're playing your last game here before Christmas break, and our guys will have some time off over the holidays and with their families, but it's kind of finishing up our first 3 weeks here, and you want to go into the break playing good basketball.
Well, and that's exactly right. You want to be playing good basketball because you guys have a tough test as soon as you come out of that break on January 2nd. A road trip to Crofton, and Crofton's a good team. That's a long road trip. Kind of talk about what the mindset is and what the plan is during that Christmas break, because you do have that built-in moratorium as well.
Yeah, the way Christmas lands this year, with it being on a Thursday, the moratorium every year is the 23rd through the 26th, so everyone's got 4 days off. But then just the way our games land and playing Crofton and Clark Little Lake back-to-back on the 2nd and 3rd of January, we'll come back Sunday afternoon after our Crofton game, get our guys in the gym, and then basically we're giving them we won't come back to the following Sunday. So normally we'd give them probably 5 days off, but they're going to get Monday through Saturday off next week and get some rest, and most importantly, get to spend time with their families over the Christmas break. But then when we come back the following Sunday, it's basically straight through for a week, as we'll get Sunday through Thursday, 5 good practices in to get ready for, really it's 2 back-to-back top 5 Class A teams, and we're going to play them in less than 24 hours. We'll play an early evening game with Crofton and then make the long trip back, and we're going to have to turn around, and we'll play at 4:30 in the afternoon in Mitchell at the Corn Palace against Clark. And those are 2 state tournament teams last year that basically have their whole groups back, and are going to be very similar opponents to what we saw with West Central the other night. And then the other key is they'll both have a game over the break. I think they both play on December 30th, so they at least have a game in coming back from it. So it'll be a huge test for our guys, but like anything, our job number one is just try to finish things off here before the break, and try to get out and play well against Crofton.
All right. Well, Coach, hey, thank you so much for carving out the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it, and best of luck against Crofton.
All right. Thanks a lot, Michael.
That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers as they get ready to take on the Crofton Warriors at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center at the Booster Club Classic. That should be a great one. We'll be back with more right after this on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. I love what I do. You got to love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You want to be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
What were the coach names? Oh, it's on this guy. Gade and Drake. Thank you. Welcome back to the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. I'll be Parker Orr. I'll be the color commentary today. I'm alongside Patrick Olson. He'll be our play-by-play. You're listening to 101.5 FM, 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio, and we are ready for Vermillion Crofton. We got some Tanagers Warriors basketball. You know, we kind of hinted at this earlier. The Nebraska schedule, some of these schools have played a couple more games than these South Dakota schools. Vermillion's played 2 games so far, 1-1. Crofton's played 6 games, 5-1 coming into this contest. Patrick, what does it mean when we have teams that kind of get that extra experience going into matchups like this?
Well, especially in a sport like basketball, when you got 5 guys on the floor that you want all moving in the same direction and on the same page, I think having a few more games under your belt, if you're Crofton, it gives you a definite advantage going into this one. Whereas if you're the Tanagers, you got to maybe try to get a rhythm going early and take that momentum fast. Otherwise, this Crofton team, which is a defensive team by trade, might get away from you.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. The more reps, the more you get to actually get some shots up and really face a level defense that isn't your own practice squad. It really prepares you for those late game clutch scenarios. It shows you what kind of coverages you can run, who's going to have the successful outside shot, who is your reliable force in the paint on offense and defense. You really get to understand the dynamics of your team and how you play others when you have a little bit more experience under your belt. This is a good thing for Vermillion, though, is that they've had 2 good contests so far, playing Sioux Falls Lutheran, defeating them, and then having a great contest against West Central. Is they still have plenty of basketball left in their season. So come the new year, the Tanagers will have a lot more games after this. This is kind of one of their last hurrahs before the end of the year. Also, something we got to bring up here is some of our media prep polls. We've only had a few games happen, so this is mostly after the first or the second game. We'll have some brand new ones next time Vermillion takes the court. Michael Schumacher will be back to break those down. But for Class A, Sioux Falls Christian leading with votes, West Central second. Vermillion only lost to West Central by 10 points, and they actually led at part of that game. Clark Willow Lake 3, St. Thomas More 4, Lennox at 5, Groton Area 6, Rapid City Christian at 7, Hamlin at 8, Dakota Valley at 9, Vermillion at 10. So a lot of those teams are kind of in Vermillion's region of the state. We talk about Dakota Valley, not even a 30-minute drive. That's a heated rivalry. West Central, an hour away, heated rivalry. Sioux Falls Christian, they've been dominant in most of the sports, and they'll definitely be a threat for state. But, Vermillion coming into the season ranked 10, you split your games, and you play ranked 2 West Central by 10 points. Even when you don't necessarily win some of these really close games, it definitely helps. And then when we want to talk about Crofton, what has their experience been this year, Patrick?
Well, this is, like I said earlier, this is a team that focuses on playing defense. They haven't allowed a team to score over 70 points on them all year. Their one loss coming to O'Neill St. Mary's, they only let up 56 points. So expect them to be heavy in the paint, not allow a lot of open lanes and a lot of easy free points. Like I said, they don't give up a lot of points, and like on the other side, they don't score a lot either. Their top scorer this year, 66 points against Niobrara Verdigris. And so, on the other end, if you're this Vermillion team, if you can start hitting some of those three-pointers and start getting some points up early on this team, maybe you could put them away fast.
Yeah, I know exactly. The way that Crofton plays is this very defensive, grinded-out, small school, and then Vermillion plays this really high-paced. You have a lot of a size advantage when you have some of those forwards and guards that can really kind of bully Crofton. But the thing is, Crofton plays a strong defense, so the key for Crofton is to play that strong defense, hold Vermillion to a low amount of points. The way Vermillion can kind of run away with a game like this is really emphasized on the fast break and their outside shooting that they've really displayed so far this year. And then we'll come back to the Vermillion Chamber and Development pregame show after a short break here. And, we've almost got about 10 minutes to go until tip-off here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ Fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
And we are back with the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pre-game show, brought to you by, and this game is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. One thing I want to highlight here, Patrick, is this isn't a regular Tanagers doubleheader. This is played in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, and this is a Booster Club Classic. So, it's one of 3 games being played today. So the thing about the Sanford Coyote Sports Center is brand new facility. I mean, this thing is 9 years old, fits a crowd of 6,000. Not a bad seat in the house. We are as far away as you possibly can be, and it's like the court is in front of your face at this height.
Yeah, like you said, there's not a bad seat in this house. And anytime when you're a high school player, and especially in a smaller town, and you get an opportunity to come play in a big venue like this, it kind of gives you a little more motivation, gives you a little more energy to come try to win the game. So I expect a really fun basketball game in front of us today.
Exactly. And the thing about Vermillion is for these two games they're about to play here, this is still their home crowd. This is still their home court. We're not even 2 miles away from Vermillion High School where they typically play their home games. So it should be nice to have that home crowd elements too. And we're still not that far from Crofton, from Centerville, who played earlier today, or from Sergeant Bluff. They only have like about a 50-minute drive. So still a lot of teams that are close. They get to really showcase some of their talent on a college floor. And we kind of talked about this a little bit going into this, Patrick. But how do we think playing on a college court, same dimensions, but what about the court do we think might impact this game?
Well, you got to remember that college three-point line is there as well as the high school line. And like we saw during the game before us in that Crofton-Centerville girls game, a lot of times it starts to mess with the player's head because you're used to seeing that line, and they start playing off that college line and maybe start getting pushed out away from the basket a little bit, maybe get an extra room to give access to a lane to drive into. So we'll see how that plays out going forward.
Exactly. Like physically the court, the fact that there is a college three-point line out there, it might instinctually make people spot up behind it, especially since it is that signature Coyote red. It's a couple feet behind that white high school line. So people might start spotting up from that, and we'll see if that impacts them at all, or if they might readjust their feet, give the defender a second more to close out. It might not impact them because, they do get this 15-minute warm-up out in this court. But I do know that having a nice open concept gymnasium, sometimes that can impact you before you get adjusted into the game. I didn't play much when I played in high school, but I know that whenever we practiced in an open concept gymnasium, even when it comes to like a Class A school, it was a lot different because Irene County High School that I went to, our high school gym was like a 20, 30-foot clearance ceiling. We couldn't play volleyball in there, fun fact.
No kidding.
You couldn't play regulation volleyball because the ball would have hit the ceiling. But it was just short enough to play basketball in. So my depth perception, whenever we would warm up on a court with a wide open arena, was a little thrown off. So I think depth perception, getting to play in front of your home crowd, but in a gigantic venue, and then that three-point line might be some big factors. We'll be right back. And we only have a few minutes left until tip-off here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Because we had, the best.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Oh my goodness.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Root for your home team and be there for all of the excitement. NSAAHome.org has all your high school sports championship ticket information.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy, and convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Our Masaba scoreboard update.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
When it comes to protecting your home, trust the experts at Dave's Roofing, the elite roofing company based in Elk Point, South Dakota. Dave's Roofing delivers a commitment to quality and service that extends from installation to repair and replacement of residential and commercial roofing projects. Done right with no mess left behind. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Dave's Roofing today for your free estimate. Experienced, quality, reliable.
Welcome back, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson alongside Parker Orr for a doubleheader tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers basketball team, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First up on our doubleheader, the Vermillion men's basketball team takes on the Crofton Warriors, sitting at 5-1, whereas Vermillion 1-1 on the season, looking to get an early win over a team with a winning record. Like we were talking about earlier, Parker, what a venue to be able to play in. 1 second as our pre-game clock clicks down. And our starting lineup's about to start. Like we were saying earlier, Parker, not a venue that you get to often play in, in this kind of, so a big special moment for both schools, both smaller town schools, and to come out and show what they got on a Division I court.
Exactly. It is always great to kind of showcase your talents on a larger court, especially for a Division I team and especially the hometown team. When you're Vermillion, you just get to go right across. Football players normally get to play in the Dakota Dome, and now basketball gets to play in the SCSE for a classic.
Two talented basketball teams coming up, and both from areas that are known to produce some really talented teams, Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska, respectively, Crofton versus Vermillion. As they start to introduce their starting lineups, we'll run through the rosters here for both teams. For the visiting Crofton Warriors, a junior standing at 5'10", number 0, Trevor Allen. Preston Foxhoven's the sophomore, number 1 at 5'10". Blake Cannot, the freshman, at 6 foot, number 3. Number 4, Bo Drotzman, the junior, at 6'3". Jackson Lins, the senior, at 6'1". Corbin Burnt, the junior, at 5'9". Jace Panning, the senior, at 5'10", number 13. 23, Jared Panning, the freshman, at 5'9". 25, Tyson Jackson, the junior, at 5'10", and number 35, Riker Gunther, the sophomore, at 6 foot flat. For the Vermillion Tanagers, they get close to their roster. Number 13, the junior guard, Spencer Blanchette, 5'10". At 5'9", number 14, Tyson Hovden, the freshman guard. At 6'1", the junior guard, number 20, Grant Rorig. Number 21, Trenton Thomas, the senior guard, standing at 5'11". Number 22, Hunter Morse, the senior guard at 6'1". Number 23, Daxton Christensen, the junior guard at 6'1". Cale Cleveland, the freshman guard at 6'1". The captain, number 30, Luke Jensen, the junior forward at 6'5". Gabe Larson, the captain, the senior captain guard at 6'1". He's number 32. And number 33, Trey Hansen, the captain senior guard at 6'4". Filling out the roster, number 34, Brody Meredith, the freshman forward at 6'2". The junior forward at 5'11". Number 40, Lucas Solomon. Number 44, Cameron Baltzman, the junior forward at 5'10". And number 50, Henry Orr, the junior at 6'3". He's a forward as well. Both teams, after the introduction, taking the court. Crofton wearing purple with black trim. Vermillion Tanagers, white tops, white bottoms, red trim.
Starters.
Our starting lineup for both teams, number 13, the junior, Spencer Blanchette. Number 21, Trenton Thomas, the senior guard at 5'11". Number 30, Luke Jensen, the junior forward. Gabe Larson, the senior guard. Trey Hansen, the senior guard at 6'4". For the starting lineup for the Warriors, number 0, Trevor Allen. Number 1, Preston Foxhoven. Number 5, Jackson Lind. 13, Jace Panning. And number 25, Tyson Jackson.
And it looks like they'll be having guard Trey Hansen do their jump ball.
Hansen lined up against Lind. Ball's up. Tangier's going to win it. They're going to get possession. Trey Hansen's got it down the middle of the court. He's going to dribble towards the left side of the key. Give it to number 32. That's Gabe Larson. Larson back to Hansen. Over to the middle. That's number 13. That's Spencer Blanchette. Blanchette back out to number 30, left side. Three-pointer, and that's in and out. Going to be rebounded by the Warriors. It was attempted by number 30, Luke Jensen, on the three-pointer. In and out of the hands. First possession for the Warriors. Number 5, Drotzman, down to number 0. It's Trevor Allen. Allen's going to dribble at the middle, and there'll be a foul called.
Looks like it'll be a blocking foul assessed against the Tanagers. Crofton will keep, and number 0, Trevor Allen, will inbound.
Allen into inbound. Warriors a little motion. Allen inbounds clear across the court back to the center line to number 13. That's Jace Panning. Panning hands off back to Allen. Allen over to number 1, Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven over up to the top of the key, back to number 5. That's Jackson Lind. Lind over to Allen, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it'll be Tangier's basketball after it bounced off a Warrior finger.
Yeah, a lot of on-ball pressure so far from both teams. Still don't have anything scored yet.
Number 33, Trey Hansen's going to take the ball down the middle of the court, top of the key. He's going to dribble left side, moving left to right on your radio. Hansen's going to dribble in the middle, look down to the middle of the line. Number 32, Gabe Larson. Larson's going to put it up, and he's got the 2 and 1. Gabe Larson's going to get the block call, so he's going to get to go for a shot.
There we go. Nice, strong finish there and get our first points of the game.
So Larson steps up to the line his first time for the day. He's going to put it up, and that's going to be just off the outside of the rim, rebounded by number 13, Jace Panning for the Warriors. Panning's going to get the ball back to Allen. Allen's going to dribble down the middle of the court, get it over to the left side, Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven back to the top of the key, number 13, Jace Panning. Panning hands it off to number 25, Tyson Jackson. Jackson back to Foxhoven. Foxhoven back to Allen. Allen back to Panning. And Panning, almost a steal, but they're going to get a call against the Tangiers. So Crofton will retain possession.
And pretty physical defense here from the Tanagers, and just got to see if Crofton get anything going.
Inbound at number 25, Tyson Jackson. He's going to get it outside Trevor Allen, and Allen's going to have 3. So that'll put the Warriors up. Here, Masada scoreboard 3-2 with 6:32 remaining. Number 13, Spencer Blanchette on the right side of the key. He's going to dribble out, hand off to number 32, Gabe Larson. Larson up to the top of the key. That's number 21, Trent Thomas. Thomas down to 33. That's Trey Hansen. Hansen dribbles up the middle, tries to get up for 2, and it's just going to be off the outside of the rim, but there'll be a call. Call will be against Crofton. So number 33, Trey Hansen, his first trip to the line today.
Yeah, he's a dynamic scorer, so Crofton is definitely going to play some contested defense here.
Hansen's first shot up and in. 3-3 tie ball game. 6:17 left to go in our first quarter. Hansen's second shot up, and that's also good. So Tanagers will take a 1-point lead, 4-3 on our Masaba scoreboard. Number 0, Trevor Allen takes the ball. They're going to have it. Tanagers full court press. He gets down the middle, 25. That's Tyson Jackson. Jackson out to Allen. Allen down to the right side. Back to the top. Trying to hit Trevor Allen, and it's going to be off the fingertips of a Tanager, but the call from a ref. And I think they're going to say it's a Crofton ball.
Oh, no, they're going to say that Trevor Allen intentionally fouled the Tanagers to stop the fast break.
So, Trey Hansen's second trip to the line today.
And that means it's a technical.
Technical foul. Trey Hansen's first shot up and just off the front of the rim. And that's not a call. This is a Warrior team that plays an aggressive defense, and those are calls that you really need to avoid when you're playing a high-paced offense like this Tanager team. So that second shot's going to be up and in. 5-3 on our Masaba scoreboard. 6:02 left to go in our first quarter.
Yeah, no, intentional foul has no value to the game nowadays that they call it a tech.
Trey Hansen inbounds the ball, hands off. That's Gabe Larson. Larson back to Hansen. Hansen down to the middle. That's number 30, Luke Jensen. Luke Jensen puts it up and it's no good. Going to be rebounded. Number 5, that's Blake Canott. Gets it over to Foxhoven. Foxhoven back to Canott. Canott dribbles, top of the key, looking for a man, gets it over to Foxhoven. Foxhoven to Potts. Potts tries to get it back to Canott and misses. Alex Canott, number 2. Alex Potts, number 2, checks in the game for the first time today. Trey Hansen, number 3 for the Tanagers, inbounds the ball from the top of the key. 3-pointer, and just off the outside of the rim, try to rebound, and there will be a foul called on the Warriors. I believe Tanagers will possess the ball.
No, over the back foul against the Tanagers, I believe.
So it will be Warriors basketball as the Tanagers set up for the full court press. Number 5, 25, Tyson Jackson looks to the inbound, gets it to number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen dribbles down to the left side of the court, gets it over to the middle, back to Lynn. Lynn back to Allen, dribbles down the left side, looking for Lane. Number 2, that's Potts. Potts it up, and he got 2. 2 points for Alex Potts, the 6'1 sophomore.
No, great read, great cut there from Crofton to tie the game up.
Number 33, Trey Hansen dribbles up the middle, tries to find a lane, and he's going to get the foul call. So it'll be Tanager basketball, and they will inbound. Hansen to inbound. Like we were talking, that Crofton team plays an aggressive style of defense. Will draw quite a few fouls if you don't play clean playing that style of basketball. Hansen gets it in. That's Larson. Larson back to Hansen. Hansen puts it up for 2 just off the backboard. Fight for the ball. It's going to be rebounded by the Warriors. 25, Tyson Jackson. Jackson over to Potts. Potts over to Allen. Allen, top of the key, looks back to Potts, left side. Allen dribbles, shoves a man over, and that's going to be a foul against Alex Potts on number 21, Trenton Thomas. So Tanagers will get the basketball back. 5-5 tie ball game on our Masaba scoreboard. 4:47 left to go in our basketball game, or our first quarter. 33, Trey Hansen inbounds. Hansen dribbles up the left side of the court. Gets over to the middle. That's Gabe Larson. Luke Jensen. Jensen over to Blanchette. Blanchette dribbles over to 21. Puts it up, and just off the backboard, that's 21, Trenton Thomas. Rebounded by the Warriors. That's Potts looking to get free. Potts dribbles, gets it back 25, Tyson Jackson. Jackson dribbles up the middle. Jackson looking, and there'll be a timeout called by the Warriors. Thank you for joining us. 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Tanagers Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Welcome back, Vermillion, South Dakota, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. I'm Patrick Olson, joined by Parker Orr. 5-5 is our score on our Masama scoreboard. 4:23 left to go in our first quarter as the Tanagers looking to try to break that tough Crofton defense and get a lead score for the first time today.
Yeah, one thing I got to say here, like you said, Crofton plays some physical defense. They're already in the bonus, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
Potts going to be the inbound man on the ball, gets it over. That's number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen dribbles in the middle, tries to get it outside to number 25, Tyson Jackson. Will be off the fingers of a Tanger, so the Warriors will keep the ball on their own side of the court. Tyson Jackson inbound. Hits number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen dribbles up, hits the left side of the court. Number 5, Jackson Lind. Lind dribbles up in the middle, hits number 2, Alex Potts. Potts back to Allen. Allen to the right side, back to the top of the key. That's Lind. Lind back to Potts. Potts, 2, 1 on the shot clock. Lind puts it up right at the end, and he's going to miss it. Just airballed it off the front of the rim. Number 13, Spencer Blanchett on the rebound. Blanchett dribbles down the left side of the court. He's going to take it down to the baseline, try to put it up for 2 on the layup. He's going to miss it. A block. Crofton rebounds. Number 0, Trevor Allen on possession. Tries to dribble top of the key. Gets it back to the outside. Tries to hit Lind, and off Lind's fingertips. Hansen on the steal. Hansen for the fast break, too, and he's got it. 7-5 on the Marsaba scoreboard. Tanagers take their first lead of the game. 3:24 left to go in the first.
Yeah, coming out of this timeout, the Tanagers are really emphasizing that double team, that press.
Potts hits to the right side of the court. That's Jackson. Jackson back to the top. That's number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen tries to hit the 3, and he misses. Lind on the rebound. Crofton retains possession. Potts on the left side. Dribbles, looking for a lane. Hits over the middle. That's back to Allen. Allen puts it up, and he's got 2. Trevor Allen on 2.77. Our tie ball game. 2:55 left to go in our first.
Yeah, great cut there for Allen. He found the hole in the zone and was able to expose it.
Trey Hansen shoots one all the way across the court. Hits number 21. That was Trenton Thomas for 3. And 10-7 be our score now as Trenton Thomas hits a college 3 from the left side. Number 0, Trevor Allen. It's number 4, that's Bo Drotzman. Drotzman up to 5, Jackson Lind. Lind behind the back, looks for a lane up the middle, hits number 4, that's Drotzman again. Drotzman puts it up, and it just rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Trey Hansen for the Tanagers. Hansen, fast break, hits number 32, that's Gabe Larson. Larson tries to put it up for 2, and he in and out. Just rolled out of the rim. Rebounded by number 25, Tyson Jackson for the Warriors. Jackson hands off to Potts. Potts over to Lind. Lind looking down below, tries to hit Tyson Jackson. It's going to be off the fingertips of Spencer Blanchett, number 13 for the Tanagers. So we'll retain possession. Will be the Crofton Warriors. As number 25, Tyson Jackson, looks to inbound the ball. Looking. Jackson throws it clear across the center line. Hits number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen takes the top of the key, looks behind the back. Over to Potts. Potts back to Allen. Allen looking, dribbling, almost loses it, manages to save it, but he's got to throw it underneath. That's Tyson Jackson. Jackson puts it up, and he's got 2.
Yeah, Tyson Jackson found the mismatch, was able to post up Blanchett and get an easy 2 inside.
1:42 left to go on the board, 10-9. Tanagers lead. Hansen hands it off to 30, Luke Jensen. Jensen tries to dribble in the middle, just gets popped by and rebounded by a Warriors. That's a steal. 25, Tyson Jackson takes it. Hands it off number 2, that's Alex Potts. Potts down beneath. Number 4, that's Bo Drotzman. Drops him back out to Trevor Allen. Allen looking for 3, and he doesn't have it. Number 24, Cale Cleveland. Hands it off, Trey Hansen. Hansen tries to dribble up the middle, put it up for 2, and he's got it. That'll be an and 1 penalty against Crofton, and Hansen will go to the line for another.
And then right there, we'll see the Pied Piper replay. Trey Hansen has great ball skills and manages to get the foul through the contact, and he can add another point here at the line.
12-9, 112 on our Masada scoreboard. 4 timeouts left to go for the Warriors, 5 for the Tanagers as we do get a substitution. Number 5, Jackson Lind comes in for the Warriors. Hansen comes to the line. His 3rd shot of the day. Hansen's shot's up, and he's 3 for 3 on the day, Parker, and that you love to see that.
Yeah, if you can make those foul shots, they can really close the difference.
Warriors working against that full court press. Number 5, that's Jackson Lind. Gets it down to the right side. Number 13, Jace panning to the top. That's number 4, Bo Drotzman. Drops in over to Potts. Potts down to Lind. Lind dribbling, almost loses the ball. Jackson Lind recovers, gets it into Potts. Potts outside, number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen tries to get up in the middle, and he loses it. Recovered by number 30 for the Tanagers, Luke Jensen. Jensen gets it outside to Hanson. Hanson puts it up and just misses the layup for the 2. Rebounded by number 13, Jace Panning for the Warriors. Panning hands it off to Potts. Potts dribbles down to the middle of the court. Almost loses it at the half-court line. Potts hands off, number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen on the left side of the key. Looking for a man. Standing still. Hands it off to Bo Drotzman. Drotzman. Back to Potts. Potts dribbles the top. Number 13, that's Jace Panning. Panning gets it back to Allen. Allen dribbles top of the key. He's got a screen. Gets it underneath the Drotzman. Drotzman couldn't quite hold on to the ball, but he's going to say that the ball last touch at Tanager. Number 33, Trey Hanson, as they'll say, who touched it last, so the Warriors retain possession.
Yeah, Vermillion here is barely leaving room for Crofton to pass the ball, so these are very tight windows to get a pass to the basket.
You could almost call it like a football strategy, time of possession basketball here. They're not letting that Tanager offense take the ball. Lynn tries to put up for 2, and he's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Hanson. He's looking for the fast break right at the buzzer, and he doesn't have it. Tried the half-court shot. That's the end of our first quarter, 13-9 on our Mesaba scoreboard, as the Tanagers have a slim lead over the Crofton Warriors. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, thanks for joining us on Tanager Basketball.
It looks like we ended off with a foul there on the half-court heave, so Vermillion will get some foul shots up here to end it.
Well, thank you, Parker. I didn't see that. Hanson shot up and good, 4 for 4 on the day, and I didn't see the whistle or hear the call from the ref. His second shot up and 5 for 5 for Trey Hanson on the day. His third shot. S- 16-9 now our score. Pardon my early exit there. 16-9 our Mesaba scoreboard. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. We'll be back right after this.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
Welcome back, 101.5 Fox Sports Radio and 1570 AM. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, you're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. 16-9, our Mesaba scoreboard, as we start our second quarter of action here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center in Parker. Like we were talking before, this Crofton Warrior team playing very much a ball possession, ball control style of basketball.
Yeah, no, they are definitely taking their time on offense and trying not to give Vermillion the basketball. The one thing, though, is that Trey Hanson has played very physically, and he's gotten to the foul line a lot so far.
And just as we say that, Tyson Jackson for the Warriors tries to put it up, and number 13, Spencer Blanchette on the fast break, recovered by the Warriors. That's number 2, Alex Potts. Potts over to Trevor Allen. Allen down low left side. That's number 5, Jackson Lind. Lind up to the top of the key. That's number 1, Foxhoven. Foxhoven gets it stolen on the pass. Number 32, Gabe Larson for the Tanagers, steals it. Hanson back to Larson. Larson over to Jensen. Jensen tries to put it up for 2 and hits just off the front of the rim. Recovered by number 25, Tyson Jackson. Jackson hands it off to Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven dribbles down the court, just crosses the half-court line. Over to 0, Trevor Allen. Allen on the left side, top of the key. Dribbles down low, has a screen. Looking for a lane on the baseline. Gets underneath, and they're going to call a foul against the Warriors, and we will have a timeout from the Tanagers. So we will take that break right with them. We'll be right back on 101.5 Fox Sports Radio.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on 101.5 Fox Sports Radio, 1570 AM. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. 16-9, the Tanagers lead over the Crofton Warriors. We just had coming out of the timeout break. Tanagers are going to retain possession after the blocking foul on Crofton. Number 33, Trey Hansen, to inbound the ball. Hansen dribbles down the top of the key. Hansen directing traffic. 2 men on him. Tries to get it down low, and they're going to say it went out of bounds, but it touched a Warrior last. Number 32, Gabe Larson inbound, gets it to Hansen. Hansen fakes left, moves right, gets it over to Blanchette. Blanchette back to Hansen. Hansen looking for a man, looking all the way across the court. Get intercepted. Number 1, Preston Foxhoven for the Warriors. Foxhoven dribbles down the court, top of the key. Looking for a man, goes to the right side. That's Trevor Allen. Allen down underneath. It's number 25, Jaron Panning. Panning tries to get for 2 and just doesn't have it. Recovered by number 21, Trenton Thomas. Thomas to Blanchette. Blanchette over to Larson. Larson back across the court. That's 21. Thomas. Thomas put it up for 3, and he's got it.
You know, we were talking about college range. That was about the NBA line that he popped that shot from.
19-9, 10-point lead, 6 minutes left to go. Number 1, Preston Foxhoven for the Warriors. Over to number 5, that's Jackson Lind. Lind to number 13, Panning. Panning, top of the key, right side, over to Jaron Panning. Panning back to Foxhoven. Foxhoven dribbles up the middle, looking for 2 and loses it. Recovered by Trey Hansen. Hansen goes down the court, gets it to Thomas. Thomas for 2, doesn't get it, but Hansen recovers and he gets the 2. 21-9, 5:33 left to go on our Mesaba scoreboard.
Yeah, Trey Hansen is still proving a problem. The Crofton has it stolen.
And Hansen over to Thomas. Thomas puts it over 3, and he misses that one, but it's going to be recovered by Hansen again. Hansen for the 2, and he's going to get the foul call, and he's going to get 2 shots.
Yeah, Crofton still hasn't figured out how to guard a 6'4" point guard, shooting guard hybrid in Trey Hansen.
6'4" can work from the top of the key and work down low in the paint. You talk about it, do-it-all kind of player. Hansen's first shot, missed of the day. 5 of 6. Hansen's second shot, up, and that one's going to be good. 22-9 our score, 5:20 left to go in our second quarter. Trevor Allen facing a full court press, tries to hurl it deep, finds Jackson Lind down below on the other side of the court, gets it back to Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven to Lind. Lind dribbles to the top of the key. Underneath, that's Jace Panning. Panning dribbles back to the right, looking for a lane underneath. He puts it up and he doesn't quite get it. Not enough juice on it. He was looking for the foul, but he's not going to get it, or is he?
I think the ball just got knocked out of bounds. I don't think there's a foul call here.
They are going to say it touched a Tanager last, so Warriors will retain possession. Inbounded by Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven over to Panning. Panning over to Panning. Panning top of the key. That's number 0. Puts it up, and he airballs it. Trevor Allen looking for the three-pointer. Goes out of bounds, so it'll be a Tanager basketball.
Yeah, it's a difficult catch-and-shoot situation. Vermillion will take those tough perimeter shots as long as they can keep guarding the paint.
And like you were talking about earlier, that was a college 3. Sometimes that line can maybe start to mess with them. Trey Hansen dribbles down, gets it over Blanchette. Blanchette looking. Dribbles up the middle. He's looking for a lane, and it gets stolen. Number 5, that's Jackson Lind. Lind looks down the court, almost goes out of bounds. It gets inbounded. Chaos on the floor. Recovered by Foxhoven. Foxhoven to Lind. Lind tries to put up for 2, and he's going to get the call finally. Wow, you talk about a fast break.
Yeah, behind the back pass to barely save it. Crofton can corral it and get a shot up here. The thing is, they forced that fast break, though, by double-teaming Blanchette at the top of the key. And when you get down 13 early, you kind of do need to experiment doubling the ball handler sometimes.
So Lynn's first shot of the day up and is off the front of the rim. Kind of need those when, like you're saying, down 13, those free points. They help in every case. 1 foul for each team here in this second quarter. Blanchette's second shot. Up, and that one is in and out of the rim, but it's going to be rebounded by Panning. Panning back to Blanchette. Blanchette over to Foxhoven. Foxhoven over to Panning. Panning over to Allen. Allen at the top of the key. Dribbles to the left, looking for a lane down low. Back to Panning. Panning at the top of the key. Over to Foxhoven. Foxhoven for three. And just in and out, rebounded by Lind. Lind gets it again, but at this time it's rebounded by Hanson. Hanson dribbles back to their side of the court. Tanager basketball gets it to 24. That's Cade Cleveland. Cleveland over to Thomas, and Trevor Thomas. That's his second three-pointer of the day from that college distance.
Yeah, I know those corner threes are really exposing the Warriors' perimeter defense.
Fast break here by the Warriors. Lynn tries to put up for two, and that's not going to get it. It's going to get blocked, and Tanagers recover. Hanson dribbles down the court. Hanson down to number 30, and he's got two. Luke Jensen, the junior forward, 6'5". Allen for the Warriors. Hucks it down the court. That's Panning, and we're going to have a timeout by the Warriors there. 3:22, 27-9. Tanagers lead over the Crofton Warriors. You're listening to Tanagers basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Patrick Olson, Parker Bohr. We'll be right back.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back, Vermillion, South Dakota, the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, as the Vermillion Tanagers lead 27-9 over the Crofton Warriors here at the Holiday Classic tournament. Neutral site game, but really a home game for the Tanagers as the Crofton Warriors inbound. That'll be number 0, Trevor Allen. Allen gets it over number 1, Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven on the left side. Dribbles right. He's going to go inside. Foxhoven for 2, and it's going to go off the back of the rim. Rebounded, though, by the Warriors. But it's going to be thrown over the backcourt, rebounded by Trey Hansen for the Tanagers. He's going to pick it up and drop it in for 2. 29-9 our score, 2:59 left to go in the game. Foxhoven for 3. He's got it from college distance. Preston Foxhoven bringing life back into the Crofton Warrior team. 29-12 our score, 2:44 left to go. Hansen gets it underneath. That's number 31. He puts it up for 3, and he's got it. 32, Gabe Larson. Foxhoven inbounds the ball. Faces full court press. Gets it underneath. That's Panning. Panning underneath the Panning. Panning loses it. That's stolen. Hansen dribbles down the court. He's going to try for the fast break, too. He puts it up, and he's got the 2. Trey Hansen is on fire tonight.
Yep, and right there, as you see the Pied Piper replay, Trey Hansen is still wreaking havoc going in, his second and 1 of the night.
Hansen for his 8th shot from the line tonight. 34-12 our score, 2:22 left to go on our Masaba scoreboard. Hansen's first shot up, in and out of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by the Warriors. Foxhoven takes it down the court. Foxhoven goes left. He's going to hand it off number 2. That's Alex Potts. Potts back to Foxhoven. Drotzman. Drotzman over to Panning. Panning all the way across the court. Hits Foxhoven. Foxhoven's going to try to dribble up the middle, and he's going to get the foul call.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a blocking foul on the Tanagers. Just a little bit too much contact.
So number 0, Trevor Allen, to inbound the ball. 34-12 your score, 2:02 left to go in our second quarter. Allen hands it off to Panning. Panning back to Allen. Allen tries to dribble up the middle. In between the legs, Allen fakes. Back to the top. That's Potts. Potts over to Foxhoven. Foxhoven down below. That's number 4, Drotzman. Drotzman dribbles down the baseline. Looks for a man. He's caught up. Drotzman to Panning. Panning puts it up for 2, and it's off the outside of the rim. Rebounded by Hansen. Tanager ball. Hansen over to number 24. That's Cade Cleveland. Cleveland puts it up for 2 and just off the rim. Rebounded by Panning. Crofton ball. Foxhoven brings it down the court. Foxhoven looking, gets it outside. Number 2, Potts. Potts dribbles it down to the baseline. Back to the top. That's Drotzman. Drotzman to Allen. Allen dribbles and gets stolen. That's number 14, Tyson Hovden. Hovden gets it over to Hansen. Hansen puts it up and just in and out off the dunk attempt. Rebounded by the Tanagers. Gets it outside to Hansen. Hansen misses the 3, but it's rebounded by the Tanagers again. Misses the 2, and the Tanagers couldn't stop the rebound. There will be a foul call on the floor now. Will stay Tanager ball.
Yeah, missed dunk. He managed to get his own rebound, kind of missed that 3. But both times we had the Tanagers fight for the rebound.
Really trying to fight through that aggressive Crofton order defense. 34-12, 106 left to go in our first half. Spencer Blanchette to inbound the ball. Blanchette gets it to Jensen. Jensen drives the baseline, tries to put up for 2, and he doesn't get it. It's going to get blocked. He was immediately looking for the foul, turned to face the ref for the call, and they're going to call him on a travel.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he quite traveled there because he came down after almost like a kind of a block attempt.
Well, they're going to give the Warriors the basketball regardless. Preston Foxhoven takes down the court, hits underneath 25, Tyson Jackson. Jackson back to Foxhoven on the right side. Foxhoven at number 23, that's Jared Panning. Panning over to Drotzman. Drotzman back to Foxhoven. Foxhoven, right side of the key, gets it outside to Panning. Panning's going to have it stolen away from him. Number 20, Grant Rohrig, steals the ball, gets it up outside. Number 13, Spencer Blanchette. Blanchette, left side, top of the key. Dribbles. He's trying to chew clock. 26, 25, 24. This Crofton defense is going to have to do something if they want to get back in this game. 34-12, Tanagers lead. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Blanchette dribbles. He's looking for that shot himself. 6-5. Blanchette drives the middle, and he's going to lose it, and they're going to say it's a Crofton basketball. He was looking for the foul, and they're not going to give it to him. 7 seconds left to go in our first half, 34-12. Blanchette tried to drive up the middle, and he's not quite going to get the 2 points. Foxhoven with the ball, facing full court press, heaves it down the court. Bounced over. That's number 4, Drotzman. Drotzman back to Panning. Panning puts it up, and he airballs it. So that's going to be our final. 34-12 going into halftime on our Masaba scoreboard. Thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh, my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with, they come in 10 times easier. You wanna be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You know, you're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
And Wayne's a C1.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ Fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
And we're back.
They can try to shut down Trey Hansen, and then it just opens up everybody else.
Yeah. And we are back for our halftime show here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Vermillion playing in the hometown holiday classic against the Crofton Warriors. This game brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And, of course, we're on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, as well as Vermillion streaming on YouTube. Patrick, what are your biggest takeaways from this first half?
Well, I think right now the biggest story, obviously, of the whole game is number 33, Trey Hansen. He has been the lifeblood of that Tanagers offense and defense both. 34-12, our score going in our third quarter, and he's been all over the floor, offensive, defensively. He's been able to hit threes, and then that Crofton defense can try to shut him down, and you've got so many other guys on that Tanager offense that open up then. So that's probably the biggest story going into this third quarter is if you're Crofton, what do you do to shut down this Tanager offense?
Yeah, because they've been playing Trey Hansen very close. They've been fouling him even, but they've allowed 8 free throw attempts for him, and he's even got a couple and ones. He didn't make the free throws on one of them. But then you also, like you said, Vermillion's three-point shooters are getting open. Spencer Blanchette. We've also had Cale Cleveland hit a couple corner threes, and it has really stretched out the court. And you also have 6'5" forward center combo, Luke Jensen down low. He's gotten a couple easy hook shots in the paint. So Crofton really needs to figure out how they can play that Trey Hansen defense without fouling him, because they've really been punished at that free throw line. They might just need to straight almost double him or shade him off of the ball when he doesn't even have it in his hands.
And on the other side of the court, when you're talking about that Crofton Warriors team, if they want to try to get back into this thing, you're looking at this Tanager's defense is doing a really good job locking down that paint, not letting those open lanes, letting him dribble inside. And this is a Crofton team that very much wants to get inside. They really don't want to have to play on that perimeter and try to win this game hitting threes.
Exactly. You don't want to have to play too much of a three-point game, and you really do need to play some strong, upright defense against the Tanagers, because any more fouls will start to make this unachievable comeback for Crofton. We've seen crazier things in a 22-point comeback, so you definitely don't want to rule out the Warriors here. It'll definitely be a good rest of this game. What players have been doing good for Crofton? Who do we need to watch out for in the second half?
I think 25, if you're talking about definitely on the defensive side of the ball, 25, Tyson Jackson for the Crofton Warriors. He's been their rebound king so far this game. He's been able to use that physicality down in the paint and under the net and really make sure that Crofton doesn't lose as many possessions as they have been. And if he hasn't been there, this could weigh a way uglier score than 34-12.
Exactly. Tyson Jackson is definitely a physical force. I mean, we've seen him play football for Crofton. He's all over. And, I mean, you've even had some good guard skills on the court so far from Trevor Allen, Preston Foxhoven, some pretty good ball handling from Jace Panning. We just really haven't seen Crofton get their shots going because Vermillion's been – the moment that Vermillion – the game was tied 5-5, but then Vermillion did a timeout. They came out. They pressed. They were playing some zone. They weren't allowing these easy looks, and it kind of just shut Crofton down because Vermillion plays a very fast pace, and you talked about it going into this. Crofton plays a slow defensive game, and they need to unlock that defense here in the second half if they want to win.
That's right. This is a Tanager team that loves playing off fast breaks, love playing full court, and this is a Crofton team that they like to get in rhythm. They want to, like we were talking before, almost play ball possession basketball, and the Tanagers have been able to upset that and make sure that they can't get in that rhythm. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments we have in the second half. 21 seconds left to go on our Mesaba scoreboard before our third quarter, 34-12. Our score is the Tanagers lead over the Crofton Warriors. We'll be right back right out of this. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Sanford Coyote Sports Center, Vermillion Tanagers basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As we start, Tanagers start the second half with possession. Trey Hansen starts with the ball top of the key, hands it off number 30. That's Luke Jensen. Jensen back to Hansen. Hansen for three. And he's got it, nothing but net. 7:46, short time into the third quarter, 37-12. Our score on the Mesaba scoreboard is Crofton heaves it across the court. It's number 13, Jace Panning. Panning for two, and he's got the two. 37-14. Fast-paced offenses in the start the third quarter. Hansen dribbles down the court. Goes to the right side, back to number 32. That's Gabe Larson. Larson hands off to Hansen. Hansen tries dribbling up the middle, gets it outside. That's Luke Jensen. Jensen dribbles up the middle, and there's a foul
Travel called on Jensen, it looks like.
Excuse me, travel call against Luke Jensen, so Crofton will get possession. Trevor Allen to inbound the ball to Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven bouncing underneath 25, Jaron Panning. Panning back to Allen. Allen dribbles up the middle. From Allen back to Panning. Excuse me, Jackson. Jackson up, and that's good for 2. 37-16, 7:05 left to go on our Masaba scoreboard. Trey Hansen over to Gabe Larson. Larson underneath to Blanchette. Blanchette puts it up, and he's got 3. Spencer Blanchette, the 5'10" junior, gets the 3 points, and they're going to have a timeout early. Ref timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll take that timeout right with them. Thank you for joining us on Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Welcome back, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. You're listening to Vermillion Tanagers men's basketball. Trevor Allen for the Crofton Warriors inbounds, gets it over. Number 5, that's Jackson Lind. Lind underneath, that's Tyson Jackson. Jackson looking for 2, and it's going to be blocked by number 32, Gabe Larson. Larson gets it over to number 33, Trey Hansen for the Tanagers. Hansen dribbles down the right side of the court. Hansen looking for a lane, gets it outside. 13, Blanchette, back to Larson. Larson over to number 30, and he's got 3. That's Luke Jensen for the Tanagers. 43-16, 6:25 left to go on your Masaba scoreboard. Foxhoven over to Allen. Allen back to Lind. Lind over to Panning. Panning back to Jackson. Jackson. Allen. Allen tries to the right side, looks for 2, and he doesn't get it off the bottom of the rim. Rebounded number 21, Trenton Thomas for the Tanagers. Thomas over to Hansen. Hansen from the college 3, and he's got it, nothing but net. 46-16, 5:58 left to go.
The three-point barrage is here for the Tanagers in this half.
Jackson Lind from the right side, back to the top of the key. That's Allen. Allen fake, pump fakes, drives up the middle. Back to Foxhoven. Foxhoven spins up the middle. Underneath, that's Lind. Lind looks for 2. Doesn't get it. But there will be a call on the floor. And he will get a shot. Foul will be called on number 21, Trenton Thomas for the Tanagers. So Jackson Lind goes on the line for the first time today. His first shot up and off the front and back. Rolls off the rim. No good. Lind's second shot. Up and off the front of the rim. Rebounded by the Tanagers, number 32, Gabe Larson. Larson over to Jensen. Jensen, dribble top the key, looking for a lane. He fakes the shot, puts it up outside, number 21, Trenton Thomas, and Thomas has got the 3.
Vermillion, their last, 4 or 5 makes have been three-pointers. This has been insane in this third quarter.
49-16, 5:20 left to go. Lind to the right side, underneath to Jackson. Jackson looking for a man, gets it outside to Allen. Allen from the right side of the top. That's Foxhoven. Foxhoven for 3, and he's off the rim. Rebounded by Panning. Panning tries to dribble to the middle, and he loses it. Rebound gets stolen by Hansen. Hansen dribbles for the fast break, puts it up for the layup, and he's got 2. This Tanagers offense is going on a tear. 51-16, 4:55 left to go. Trevor Allen dribbles up right side, looking for a lane. Pushes into the paint, not finding anything. Looks for a shot, tries to get it up, not there. Gets the foul call. It'll be 2 shots. Trevor Allen will go to the line. They're going to say number 32, Gabe Larson, committed the penalty. Trevor Allen's first time to the line today. 51-16, 4:40 left to go on our Masaba scoreboard. Allen's first shot up and good off the backboard. Substitutions going to be made by both teams. 51-17, 4:40 left to go, and Parker if you're Crofton, you're really looking for something here to slow down this Tanager offense.
Yeah, you need to start playing really aggressive basketball, try to prevent these three-pointers. They're really extending the lead for the Tanagers.
Allen's second shot, nothing but net, so Tanagers will have the ball. Number 32, Gabe Larson to inbound it. Gets it to Spencer Blanchette. Blanchette takes it down the right side of the court. Blanchette gets it to Jensen. Jensen over to Christensen. Christensen back to Blanchette. Blanchette for three, and it's off the edge of the rim. Going to be rebounded. Fight for the ball. And they're going to say Crofton basketball off Blanchette's fingers. He was going to fight for it with number 2. That's Alex Potts for the Warriors. And they will say Blanchette committed a foul on going for the ball. That's his third one. That's the third Tanager foul of the quarter. 4:03 left to go. 51-18 on our Saba scoreboard. Potts takes the ball. He's going to get it over to Connaught. Connaught to Panning. Panning. Back to Connaught. Over to Potts. Potts to the left side. He's looking. Potts back to number 35. That's Gunther. Gunther over to Potts. Potts puts it up. It's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by number 3. That's Blake Connaught. Connaught spinning, looking for a man. Gets it back to Potts. Potts to the top. That's Bo Drotzman. Drotzman dribbles right side. Gets it back to Gunther. Gunther to the top of the key. Back to number 2. That's Potts. Potts back to Jackson. Potts underneath. They try and get number 3, Blake Connaught, and Connaught loses it. Going to be stolen by number 14, Hovden. Hovden gets over to number 23, Daxon Christensen, and Christensen's got himself a layup for 2. 53-18, 3:06 left to go in the third.
Yeah, Hovden threaded the needles and threw the ball right around Crofton to get that easy shot there at the basket.
Blake Connaught has the ball right side of the key, gets it over number 23. That's Jaron Panning. Panning down to the bottom, puts it up. That's number 2, Alex Potts. Potts misses it over to number 3, Blake Connaught. Connaught tries to get 3, and it's off the edge of the rim. Panning rebounds, dribbles right side baseline. Panning I don't know who he was trying to hit there. Misses it on the bounce pass. Number 14, Tyson Hovden gets it, and he's got the fast break for 2. 55-18, 2:30 left to go in the third.
Also like to point out we have running clock here, so unless there's a free throw or a timeout, we will not be seeing any stoppage.
Connaught looking for a man, gets it in the middle. That's number 35, Riker Gunther. Gunther to the outside. That's Connaught. Connaught back to the top. Panning over to number 3, Blake Connaught. And Connaught's got another 2. Or excuse me, that was a three-pointer. Not used to seeing him from the white line today. Number 23, Daxon Christensen to the top. That's 20, Rohrig. Rohrig gets it. 24, Cleveland. Cleveland back underneath. That's 14, Tyson Hovden. Hovden doesn't get it, and they're going to call a jump ball on the rebound. Will be a Warrior possession. Number 23, Jared Panning goes in to inbound the ball. Number 2, Alex Potts to receive. Potts dribbles down the top of the court. Potts gets it outside. Number 3, Blake Connaught. Connaught loses the ball off his foot, and it's going to go out of bounds. Tanager basketball. 55-21 our score. 1:17 left to go in the third period.
Yeah, some of these underclassmen getting some run in this game. It'll really help them develop their skills as they play some valuable minutes farther on in the season.
And another 2 for the Tanagers. Cale Cleveland, the freshman guard, standing 6'1", gets another 2 on the inbound. Number 2, Alex Potts dribbles up right side, turns around, hits backside. That's number 4, Bo Drotzman. Drotzman dribbles right, gets it underneath. Once again, that's Potts. Potts tries to put up for 2, doesn't get it. Rebounded by the Tanagers. 14, Tyson Hovden. Down underneath, 23, Daxon Christensen. Christensen looks, gets it outside, 24, Cale Cleveland. Cleveland underneath. That's number 50, Henry Orr. Orr puts it up and misses. Rebounded by the Warriors. Alex Potts down the left side. Potts cuts back to the right. Bounce pass over 23. That's Jared Panning. Panning underneath. Blake Connaught. Connaught back to Gunther. Gunther over to Drotzman. Drotzman looking, pivots. Across the court, number 2, Alex Potts. Potts tries to hit a man underneath, and it's stolen. Number 14, Tyson Hovden. And they're going to call the penalty, but on the Warriors. It'll be a timeout called by Crofton. So we're going to take that timeout right here with them. 57-21 at the end of the third quarter as we'll join you right back at the beginning of the fourth. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, thank you for joining us on Fox Sports Radio.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Welcome back, Vermillion, South Dakota, Sanford Coyote Sports Center, as your Vermillion Tanagers lead over the Crofton Warriors, 57-21 as we start fourth quarter action here in Vermillion, South Dakota. Tanager basketball. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, thank you for joining us. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And Parker, this game has been pretty one-sided as we come into the fourth quarter. What do you expect to see?
Well, I expect to see some of these players for Vermillion and Crofton that don't get too much run, and this is really valuable action playing in such a big crowd on the big stage to really get some good reps.
And as you say it, just say that, number 14, Tyson Hubden for the Vermillion Tanagers tries to get it up for the layup, and he's going to get fouled, go to the line for 2 shots. So the 5'9" freshman guard puts his first shot up, and that's going to be in. No questions asked. 58-21, 7:46 left to go in the game.
Yeah, Hovden and Cale Cleveland have really shown out as some of those freshmen that have gotten run for Vermillion. They played very well today.
Hovden's second shot up, and it's going to be in. Nothing but net. 59-21, 7:45 left to go. Potts takes it down the center of the court. Going to get it over to Knott. Knott to Panning. Panning back to Potts. Potts over to Panning. Panning underneath. Looking, that's Knott. Knott right side. Dribbles twice. Looks for a man. He can't find anyone. Heavy defense. Gets it over to number 4. Drotzman drops and dribbles. Dribbles. Looks for the 2. And it's just off the outside of the rim. Rebounded number 24, Cale Cleveland. Cleveland puts it up. That's number 20, Grant Rohrig. And Rohrig's got 2 on the layup. 61-21, 7:07 left to go in the game. Potts directing traffic. Gets it out to the left side, down to the bottom of the key. Number 30.
Double dribble call.
So, turnover. The Tanagers will take over the ball. Number 24, Cale Cleveland, to inbound the ball. Number 14. Tyson Hovden to receive it. Hovden takes it down to the court. Directing traffic, goes left. Hits number 20, Rohrig. Rohrig back to Hovden. Excuse me. Christensen back to Rohrig. Rohrig tries to hit the bounce pass, and it's going to roll. I will say a foul on Crofton. Tanagers retain possession. Hovden takes the ball. Fakes right, goes left. Dribbles, looks on the baseline, gets it outside. Back to the top of the key, number 24. That's Cale Cleveland, left side, hands it off back. That's Hovden. Hovden over the middle, gets it underneath the basket, number 50, in and out of the ring. That was Henry Orr, the big center he was trying to hit. Couldn't quite get the 2. Potts underneath, that's number 23. Panning to the top. Panning back underneath the Potts. Potts dribbles right, spins back to the left, puts it up for 2. Just off the edge of the rim. Rebounded number 24, Cale Cleveland. Cleveland to 14, Hovden. Hovden dribbles up left side. He's going to take it himself. Up, and he's got the 2.
And that's a Pied Piper replay there as we see him go straight through the contact for the and 1.
63-21, 5:24 left to go as Hovden goes to the line for his second time today. Hovden's and one shot up, and it is good. No questions asked. 64-21, 5:23 left to go in the ballgame. Potts takes it, gets it outside, number 33. Back to the top. That's Panning. Panning down underneath to Potts. Potts back to the top, 33. Back to Panning. Panning back to Potts. Potts hands it off. That's number 30 underneath. He recovers the loose ball. Now there's a fight on the floor. They're going to go ahead and call jump ball. And they're going to say Crofton retains possession on the jump ball. So Warriors retain. Number 2, Alex Potts will inbound the ball. Potts inbounds 30, gets it back outside of the Potts on a three-point down, the whistle called. Will be a body call against 44, Cameron Baltzman. So Potts inbounds. Back to 30, looks underneath. He's going to try the two himself, and he's got it. 64-23, 4:08 left to go. Tanager got the basketball. Over to 34, Meredith. Meredith gets it outside 23. That's Christensen. Christensen back to Boltzman. Up, no good. That was Cameron Meredith, Brody Meredith on the attempt. It will be a foul against the Tanagers against number 50, Henry Orr, so Crofton basketball. Inbound, number 2, Alex Potts takes it down the floor. Potts goes left. That's number 23, Jared Panning. Panning. Back to Potts. Potts over to Panning. Panning dribbles to the right. Hands off to 30. Back to the top of the left side. Potts off the hands of Crofton, number 24. Excuse me, folks. I don't have a number for him. Or a name for him. Back to the top. That's Jared Panning. Panning tries to get the desperate two, and he's going to get the and one.
What a play there from Panning to battle through the contact. He's going to be a special player.
3:07, 64-25 your score. Tanagers lead. Panning for his first shots of the day from the line. Panning's first shot up and good. He's got the and one. Number 35, Brody Meredith. Pass over 44. That's Lucas Solomon or Cameron Baltzman. Baltzman underneath 23. Christensen. Christensen puts it up, and it's off the edge of the rim, rebounded by the Warriors. Number 2, Alex Potts takes it down the court. Potts dribbles to the right, looking for a lane himself. He puts it up and just off the edge of the rim, going to be rebounded by the Warriors back outside. That's number 30. He puts it up for 3, off the edge of the rim again, rebounded this time by the Tanagers. Number 34, that's Brody Meredith on the rebound, gets it outside. Number 23, Dax Christensen. Christensen over to Meredith. Meredith underneath to Baltzman. Baltzman gets it over to Brody Meredith, and Meredith puts it up. He's going to get the call. (64-26), 2:19 left to go in the ball game. Brody Meredith comes to the line for his first shots of the day. Meredith's first shot up and nothing but net. 65-26 left to go in the ball game at Parker. This one's starting to look like an easy win for the Tanagers.
Yeah, no, Vermillion really, it started off slow, but they found their way in the fast break, and Trey Anson really put them out of this game as he makes the second shot.
66-26, 2 minutes, 16 seconds left to go. Underneath number 10, Corbin Burnt. Burnt over to 24, Panning. Panning underneath the 30. 30 puts it up for number 2, and he doesn't get it. Rebounded by the Tanagers, number 35. He takes it down the court. Gets it underneath. That's number 50, Henry Orr. Orr dribbles once, looks, puts it up for 2, and off the back of the rim, doesn't get it. Rebounded by the Tanagers, 44. That's Baltzman. Baltzman puts it up, and he's going to get the call for 2 shots. Number 44, Cameron Baltzefin, the junior forward at 5'10", his first time to the line today for 2 shots. 66 to 26. Tanagers lead over the Warriors. 1:44 left to go. Baltzefin's first shot off the back of the rim, no good. Second shot up off the front of the rim, and it's going to bounce in. 67-26 our score on your Mesaba scoreboard. Jared Panning takes it down the floor, gets it outside. Tyson Jackson. Jackson dribbles up the middle, tries to get it back outside number 30. Who, I'm sorry, folks, I do not have a name for on my roster.
Looks like they're calling Meredith with a foul with a foul for Vermillion.
The 6'2 freshman is the guilty one on that. Inbounded by Crofton. Crofton, number 23, Jared Panning, top of the key, gets it over. Number 24, dribble outside number 10. That's Corbin Burnt for 3, and he's just missed it outside. Rebounded by the Tanagers. That's number 34, Brody Meredith. Meredith gets it underneath. That's number 35. 35 puts it up. He's got 2.
Less than a minute to go now. Vermillion's got to feel proud of how they played in this game.
Jared Panning directing traffic. Hands the ball off. Gets it outside, left side. Dribbles up the middle. That's number 33. Gets stolen by number 44, Cameron Baltzefin for the Tanagers. Baltzefin takes it down the court. Gets it outside number 35. Hands it off to number 23, Daxon Christensen. Christensen dribbles to the right. Hands it back to 35. They're just trying to chew some clock. Hands it off number 34, Brody Meredith. Meredith back to Christensen. Christensen over to Baltzefin. Baltzefin looking. Back to Meredith. Meredith dribbles to the right. It's a 23. That's Christensen. Christensen dribbling. Just chewing clock. 2 on the shot clock. 1-0. And they're going to be shot clock call. They're just going to say let the clock expire. So your final score, your Vermillion Tanagers 69, Crofton Warriors 26. Thank you for joining us for this game. Remember, we got another one coming right up after this. 69-26 your final score. I'm Patrick Olson along with Parker Orr. We'll be back right after this.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
And we are back, but don't go anywhere because we have an interview with Coach John Brooks leading up to the Vermillion Tanagers girls against the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors girls team coming up soon.
Welcome back as we get ready for the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians girls basketball here from the Birdcage. And we are going to be talking with Coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers here on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. Coach, 0-2, but as you and I were talking off air, an optimistic 0-2.
Yeah, I think it's kind of always that thing. They always say your biggest improvement should be from game 1 to game 2, and I thought our girls took a huge jump from the Canton game to the West Central game. And, just kind of going back and watching some film and talking as a coaching staff, we're really happy with just how hard we played and stepping up to the physicality of the game. I think that's the biggest thing that we need to see right now. We told the girls before West Central, we don't even need to talk X and O's. If we can't physically hold up and we can't run in transition with them, nothing else is going to matter. And I thought our girls really did a good job at that.
Well, they did. And, obviously coming into the season, we knew Taylor was kind of going to be the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, she was the straw that stirred the drink with Brooke and Casey and Maya and Madigan last year. Wouldn't expect that to be any different, but saw that big step up in in the support players, the support team, whether it was Shaylin or Lexi, Tessa Nelson, what Callie Schultz was able to do, Izzy Richardson. And the biggest thing was it was a close game, but the attitude as far as it not being too big of a moment for them seemed huge, just willing to take that shot. Is that something you saw as well?
Yeah, and it's one of those things, especially down the stretch. Teams are obviously going to take Taylor away, and we know that. And our other kids got to be stepping up and ready to shoot the ball. And I think that was another nice thing that we saw last night is down the stretch when West Central was really doubling Taylor. We had kids step up. They step up and took the shot at the right time, the shot they were supposed to take. Unfortunately, they didn't go for us last night, but the first step is having the confidence to do it. And as they get more comfortable, those shots will start to fall for us.
Well, and that's exactly right. And there were a couple that, I think they're almost surprised at how open they were. And that's going to be one of those things that they're maybe more easily able to adjust to as that becomes open. Because, like you said, they're going to double team, if not triple team Taylor. People are going to be open. And so it's exciting to see that. But defensively, it also seemed like while Casey Jaton was able to get 20-plus points, she had to work for it. It wasn't just easy. And she was out of her mind from the outside. She was still covered and was making the shots. But it felt like defensively the girls did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you can see why Jaton and Taylor are both special players. You can try to deny them. You can try to take them away. You can do whatever you need to do, and they both still went for over 30 last night. And Jaton hit some deep threes, and she made a huge bucket down there where we're down 3 trying to get a stop, and she took it to the hole, kind of went through 4 of us and made a really nice finish to put them up 5 with under a minute. So she played a great game for them, but I thought Izzy and Tessa, just trying to wear her out, face guarding her, trying to take her away as much as possible, did a nice job and made everything difficult for her, but she's just a really good player and made some plays last night.
She really did, and so she's going to be a heck of a player. They have a big trio there as well, just like you guys have some solid youth that'll be developing over the next few years. They have a freshman, sophomore, junior trio that'll be some problems for teams for a couple of years as well. So that's going to be an exciting kind of rivalry between the two teams. Now, obviously, a lot of optimism. There is probably one thing that's kind of been a bit of a problem the first 2 games, and that's been free throws. As a coach, how do you address that?
Yeah, it's you go back and we kind of talked about it after the game. We missed too many free throws, and in both games, if we make our free throws, we're in a really good spot to win both games. And we do our free throw stuff in practice, obviously, and I think a lot of it is just talking to kids. Especially in the fourth quarter, you're tired when you step up there, but you got to get through your routine. Every point's important in the varsity basketball game, especially those close games. So we got to get better there. We got to get, there's a lot of it, I think, is too. Whether it's Taylor, she's tired. I mean, she's getting worn out the whole game, or it's our young kids stepping up there in pressure situations that they've never been in. So once again, we just got to continue to get games under our belt, get more comfortable, and hopefully the shots will go in the offense, and hopefully the free throws start to go in.
Well, and that leads you to this game coming up against Ponca. Ponca, this has been that interstate rivalry. Ponca's been good for a number of years, and so it's always exciting to get to play them. In this one, they're coming to the Birdcage. You guys have your first home game. How nice will it be to be in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, the girls are excited and finally get to play at home here tonight against a really good Ponca team. They bring back 4 starters off last year's team. They're up to a really nice start this season. They've lost a couple close games to some really good teams. So watching them on film, they're big, they're physical, quick guards, everything that a Ponca team has always been. So it's nothing new to us coaches. Us coaches have been through this a lot, but it's new to our girls, and they've seen it. But there's just no games off with our schedule, and whether it's a conference game, non-conference game, every team is good. So got a good practice in, and now we got to be ready to go again here tonight.
Well, and obviously we talked about the optimism, even though you're 0-2. How rewarding would it be for these young ladies to kind of get that monkey off their back and get that first win? If you're able to get that against Ponca, what would you expect the attitude of this team to be?
Yeah, I think it's big. We're just to get one before we take off to break. We've been playing well. We've been so close the first 2 games. Just to get a win, to get these girls to feel that, I think would be exciting for them. So I know they're hungry for it. We're gonna fight and claw like crazy here at home tonight, and do everything we can to get out of this thing with the victory.
Well, it should be a good matchup. It'll be fun to be in the birdcage. But, Coach, I know you're busy, so I'm going to get out of your hair. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Really appreciate it, and I have a good feeling about this one.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
That was Coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers girls basketball team. 0-2. But it's a deceptive 0-2, and especially like you said, with those free throws, that game against West Central is completely different, and that is a good West Central team, and they faced off against a good Canton team, maybe not deep, but a really talented Canton team. So those are 2 losses that, hey, they're better to have them early in the season than at the end. You know what I mean? And so a lot of learning to be done for this Tanager team, but it feels like you saw that improvement from game 1 to game 2. See if we can continue that between games 2 and 3. And then they'll take on Sergeant Bluff-Luton at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on Saturday. Well, we'll be back with more. This is the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show, and this is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank with Chad Peterson. I'm Michael Schumacher, and we'll be right back on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Root for your home team and be there for all of the excitement. NSAAHome.org has all your high school sports championship ticket information.
And we are back with the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show, as the Vermillion Tanagers girls are 1-1, and they go up against the 5-1 Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors girls team. This is our second game and a double header here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. And Patrick, what are we kind of expecting from this game, and what are we kind of preparing for?
It'll be interesting to see. You got a team that, just like our last game, plays a pretty defensive game. And on the other side, the Tanagers, their girls, they're just kind of like their boys. They like to play on a little faster pace kind of offense. So it'll be interesting to see what this matchup does differently than the game before.
Exactly, and we also have that kind of somewhat unknown. Obviously, you can scout out a team. You can look at the stats, maybe if there's any film online. But Sergeant Bluff-Luton plays in Iowa. So, we have the tri-state area coming together for this classic. We've got Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska playing here all day. So you don't know about similar opponents, but you do know that the Sergeant Bluff-Luton team is a good squad. I mean, they've already got 6 games under the belt. They've won 5 of them. Their leading scorer, Bree Vandentop, averages 22 points per game. So she is definitely a threat, a senior guard at 5'11". And then their second leading scorer, Isabella Schapp, averages 14.4. Trinity Whitefeather, junior, averages 11. So that's kind of their big 3. Those will be the big threats there. And then for Vermillion, obviously, this season, just like last season, Taylor Rivers has been a star, and this year she's really taking on a key leadership role as one of the captains of this team. You know, she's a 5'5" sophomore guard, but she can pull up from 3 from college range. She's coming up against a 44-point performance against Ponca, a 35-point performance against West Central. So, you know, Vermillion has really kept close in some of their games so far this season. So it'll be exciting to see how two up-and-coming teams really play. I mean, the fact that 2 of our best players here are guards going up against each other, and if we have it correct, we will see Sergeant Bluff-Luton start 5 guards tonight. They play a small, scrappy type of basketball, which should very well align with this Vermillion team, as Vermillion doesn't have too many forwards or centers. So it should be interesting to see Vermillion go up against a guard-centric team, because so far they play teams that have had somewhat of an inside presence. We'll return to the Vermillion Chamber and Development pregame show after this break.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
When it comes to protecting your home, trust the experts at Dave's Roofing, the elite roofing company based in Elk Point, South Dakota. Dave's Roofing delivers a commitment to quality and service that extends from installation to repair and replacement of residential and commercial roofing projects. Done right with no mess left behind. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Dave's Roofing today for your free estimate. Experienced, quality, reliable.
And we are back on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Patrick and I were kind of talking about the experience level of these teams. As we saw multiple players for Vermillion starting lineup graduate last year, 2 of them playing at the Division I basketball level. What's the experience level coming into this, Patrick?
I mean, you look at both sides on the roster. You look at the visiting Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors, and most of their roster, good 80% of their roster, juniors and seniors. So this is an experienced squad. I don't expect them to be nervous at all coming on the road, coming to a neutral environment. Their experience, they should be able to jump into the game like nothing, almost like they're at home. Compared to this Tanagers team, you look on the other side, lots of freshmen and sophomores, 1 8th grader. And, that you almost wonder what the neutral site, I get that they're still in their hometown, but being in the bigger venue, you almost wonder what it's going to do to their nerves.
Exactly. Just being in a neutral site game, this should really impact both teams. I mean, we have a decent crowd here. Funny enough, all of the crowd is mostly congregated right below us instead of on the court across from us. So if you hear a bunch of crowd noise but don't see them on that other side, it's because they've all congregated on this side because they can get a lot closer to the action. Vermillion so far this season, they had a very close loss, 58-51 against Canton. 52-49 West Central. That West Central girls team is phenomenal. So that was a great performance for Vermillion. And they're coming off of a 14-point win against Ponca. So we talk about the tri-state area. That's a Nebraska team that they were able to play very well against. So Sergeant Bluff-Luton should prove to be a very strong foe tonight, and I would not be surprised if this is a fast-paced game where we see a lot of perimeter jump shots because it's what both teams really excel at. And we'll return to the Vermillion Chamber and Development game, Vermillion Chamber and Development pregame show right after this, and we'll see some a tip-off here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, A moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Welcome back, Vermillion, South Dakota, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Thank you for joining us, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Vermillion Tanagers basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Patrick Olson alongside Parker Orr for the second half of our doubleheader lineup. Parker, we were just talking before our break. Two teams with fast-paced offenses here. One thing I think we're going to see the difference in is definitely the experience level as we get into our starting lineups. For the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. Your starting lineup, number 4, Trinity Whitefeather, the junior guard standing at 5'5". Number 10, Isabella Shop, the senior guard standing at 5'9". Number 21, Stella Britton, the junior guard standing at 5'8". Number 22, Bree Vandentop, the senior guard, standing at 5'11", and number 23, McKenna Nelson, the senior guard, standing at 5'7". Like we said, Parker, a lot of experience on that starting lineup for the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors.
And shortly here, we'll see Vermillion's starting lineup get announced tonight. We're unsure if there are any changes so far because they do have quite a little bit of a change there at the forward spot so far in this season.
That's right. We'll go through the Vermillion Tanagers roster just the same for your home team Tanagers. The star, number 11, the sophomore guard, standing 5'5", Taylor Rivers. Number 2, the freshman guard, 5'5", Izzy Richardson. Number 3, Izzy Johnson, the senior guard at 5'5". Number 5, Haley Steenick, the sophomore guard, standing at 5'3". Number 10, Alexis Hansen, the sophomore guard, standing at 5'10". Number 15, Tessa Nelson, the 8th grader, standing at 5'7". She is a guard. Number 22, Shellen Hinseth, the sophomore forward, standing at 5'10". Number 30, Chloe Baltzefin, the sophomore guard, standing at 5'3". Number 33, Marissa Warren, the sophomore forward, standing at 5'8". Number 42, Delaney Schmidt, the senior guard, standing at 5'5", and at 6'1", the junior center, number 44, Callie Schultz. That's your roster for your Vermillion Lady Tanagers as they have 8 minutes on the clock, and we get started. Get ready to get started. Like we were saying earlier, Parker, the experience will be one of the things to look out for in this game. It's a very old Warriors team going up against a very young Tanagers team. So your final starting lineup for your Vermillion Tanagers. Number 2, Izzy Richardson, the freshman guard at 5'5". Alexis Hansman, the sophomore guard at 5'10", number 10. Number 11, Taylor Rivers, the sophomore guard at 5'5". Number 22, Sheelan Hinseth, the sophomore forward at 5'10". And to wrap it all up, number 33, Marissa Warren, the senior forward at 5'8". That's your starting lineup, brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative. Thank you once again for joining us, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Vermillion Tanagers Girls Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank as we get ready for tip-off. As the girls take the court, Vermillion Tanagers all white, trimmed out in black. The Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors all black, trimmed in orange. Number 22, Sheelan Hinseth, up to tip-off for the Tanagers. Tanagers are going to recover. Number 33, it's Marissa Warren. Warren gets it 11. That's Taylor Rivers. Rivers looking. She gets it left. Number 22, Sheila Hinseth. Hinseth outside on the right side. Back to Rivers on the top. Rivers over to number 2. That's Izzy Richardson. Richardson back to Rivers. And that's going to be
double dribble
call right away in the game, so the Warriors will have the ball. So number 4, Trinity Whitefeather inbounds it to number 23, Bree Vandentop. Vandentop gets it over the middle, and she doesn't find another Warrior underneath, so it'll be stolen by Taylor Rivers. Rivers at the top. She's going to look for the lane underneath. She's going to drive. She's going to get outside. That's number 2, Richardson. Richardson back to Rivers at the top of the key. Rivers drives left side. She's going to look for 2, and she's got it. 2-point lead for the Tanagers right out of the gate. Taylor Rivers gets the first score of the game. 7:10 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, Taylor Rivers able to get that floater. She'll need it against this slightly taller team.
And a missed shot by the Warriors. There will be a foul call, and the Warriors will retain possession. They're going to get number 22, Sheila Hinseth, on the call, on the shove call. So it'll be inbounded by the Warriors. Shot up, no good. Be rebounded by the Warriors again. That's number 23, McKenna Nelson. Nelson over to 21, Britton. Britton back up to the top of the key. That's number 10, Isabella Shop, and Shop's got 3. 3-2 Warrior lead, 6:42 left to go on our Masama scoreboard. Right away, fast break, rebounded by Marissa Warren, and that's another 2 for the Tanagers. Fast scoring offense like we talked about earlier. Gets it down underneath 23, McKenna Nelson. She tries to get it up, no good. Going to be rebounded by the Tanagers. Number 11, Taylor Rivers, looks underneath. She tries to rebound it and go on the fast break. No good there. Rebounded by the Warriors. Fast break the other way. Number 22, Bree Vandentop. Over to Nelson. Nelson tries for the 3, doesn't get it. Off the back of the rim. Rivers takes it down the left side of the court. Slowing things down. Gets it over to number 2, Richardson. Richardson back to Rivers. Rivers. That's Hinseth. Hinseth to Rivers. Rivers underneath. That's Hanson. Hanson back outside to Richardson. Richardson for 3 and off the outside of the rim. And it's going to go out of bounds, Warrior basketball. Now that's one thing we were talking about. It's been a fast-paced game so far. There really hasn't been any slowing down, any setup on the offensive side of the ball. What do you think is going to happen? You think this is going to be a trend that stays for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think the pace will definitely continue to play this way. Both teams kind of have a guard-heavy rotation. A lot of a perimeter shot is the focus of them, so I could see this continuing for sure.
Vandentop down to the left side. That's Videra. And there will be a foul call.
Looks like it'll be an offensive foul.
Number 23, McKenna Nelson, would be the call against. So Taylor Rivers inbounds the ball. She takes it down the middle court, directs traffic. Looks for the call from her coach. Gets it outside, number 22, Sheila Hinseth. Hinseth over to Richardson. Richardson on the left side. Richardson back across the court to Hinseth. Hinseth puts it up for 3, and she doesn't get it in and off the rim. Recovered by the Warriors. Shop takes them all down the court. 4-3, 5:12 left to go on our first. Shop dribbles out, left side. She's going to take it herself. Looks for 2, puts it up off the bottom of the backboard, so it'd be called a foul. 2 shots for Shop. It'll be the first foul called against the Tanagers tonight. Isabella Shop, the senior guard at 5'9", her first attempts for the night. Her first shot is up and good. Bounces off the back in front of the rim and finally goes in. So she's 1 of 1. 4-4 our score, 5:06 left to go. Shop's second shot, up, and she's got that one as well. Nothing but net there, no doubt. Five to 4, Warriors lead over the Tanagers. 5:06 left to go. Rivers inbounds the ball. Back to Richardson. Richardson back to the other side of the court. Rivers takes it down the ref's right side. Gets underneath, trying to get Sheila Hinseth, but off her fingers, so it'll be a well, they're going to say it went off a Warriors' fingers last, so the Tanagers retain possession. Hinseth inbounds the ball to Rivers. Rivers backpedals. Tries to work inside. Roovers loses the ball. It rolls down the middle of the court, barely saves it. They're going to say it went out of bounds, so it'll be a Warriors ball.
Yeah, just barely an over and back violation there. Roovers just lost her dribble.
Warriors ball. Whitefeather takes it down to the middle of the court, gets it over. Right side, moving right to left on your radio. Number 11, Cadera. Over to 22. That's Vandentop. Vandentop tries to take it up in the middle, dribbles hard, looks for the contact, and she's got two herself. 7 of 4, 4:31 left to go. Roovers. Over to Richardson. Richardson double team. Back to Roovers on the left side. Roovers finally crosses the half court line. Roovers for three. And she's got it. What a shot from beyond the college three line. 7-7 tie ball game. 4:12 left to go on our Mesaba scoreboard.
Yeah, I was just waiting for that. Taylor Roovers has a dynamic three-point shot, and this USD line is a little bit below her range.
Number 4, Whitefeather for three, and it's going to be off the rim, but there will be a travel call, so Tanagers will take over ball. 7-7 tie ball game, 4 minutes left to go. Izzy Richardson to inbound the ball to Roovers. Taylor Roovers with that fantastic shot to tie the game, keeping the Tanagers in this ball game. Roovers takes it down the middle of the court. Fakes right, goes left to Richardson. Richardson under the middle, that's number 15, Tessa Nelson. Nelson back to Roovers. Roovers up for three, and just off the rim, rebounded by the Warriors, number 21, Stella Britton. Britton hands it off to Vandentop. Vandentop goes right, back left. Vandentop passes underneath number 25. She tries for three, and she's got it. Carly Lake, the senior forward standing, 5'9", her first points of the game, 10-7. Roovers on the Coyotes logo over to the right side, number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen back to the Roovers, over to Richardson, back to Roovers. Roovers back to Hansen. Hansen, and there will be
travel called.
Travel? Is that what it was called? So I was looking at my paper, didn't quite see it. Travel called, so it'll be a Warrior basketball. It's 21, Stella Britton takes the ball. Gives it back to 23, Vandentop.
Pass deflected by Roovers there. She has great instincts for the ball. One thing about this Vermillion team is the only time you can tell they don't have as much experience is when you have those tiny little travels or those double dribbles. Hopefully they can shake those out from this first quarter.
Those little mistakes can kill you. Whitefeather almost loses the ball. Dribbles. Middle of the court. Hands it over to number 21. That's Stella Britton. Britton back to Whitefeather. Whitefeather for three. And just off the edge of the rim, it's going to be rebounded by the Warriors and then stolen away by Izzy Richardson. Richardson over to Taylor Roovers. Roovers takes it down the left side of the court. Richardson goes right. Hits Alexis Hansen. Hansen back to Roovers. Roovers for three, and she's got that one. 10-10, tie score, 2:34. And Taylor Roovers is keeping her in the game.
Yeah, Taylor Roovers right there with that three-pointer. That would be a WNBA three, so they might need to paint that on the court.
And there's two right there for number 10, Isabella Shop, for the Warriors. Warriors keeping this thing competitive, 12-10 the score. Taylor Roovers takes it down right side of the court. She's going to dribble up the middle, hits Alexis Hansen. Hansen back to Roovers. Roovers dribbling, looks for three again, and she's got that one. 13-12. Taylor Roovers is on fire. 2 minutes to go on our Mesaba scoreboard.
Yeah, Taylor Roovers has 9 points just on three-point attempts. She is on fire so far.
Trinity Whitefeather with the ball. Gets it over to number 15, Harper Grimsley. Grimsley over to 21, Britton for three, and she's got that. 13-15. Warriors take the lead again. 1:40 left to go in the first. Roovers takes the ball. Down the middle of the court. Directs traffic over to the right side. That's Alexis Hansen. Hansen back to Roovers. Roovers over to Richardson. Richardson dribbles all the way across the court back to Hansen. Hansen back to Roovers on the top of the key. Roovers dribbles. 15 on the shot clock. Roovers for three again and just off the rim. Looking for four in a row, and there's going to be a foul call against the Tanagers. So Tessa Nelson will be the one they call it against. Number 23, Vandentop, going to take the ball down the court over to 21. That's Britton. Britton down the left side, gets it over to Whitefeather. Whitefeather dribbles back to the right. Clear across the court. It's going to be intercepted by Roovers. Roovers takes it herself. She's pressed. Fast break ball. She's going to take it circle back around, try to set something up. No, she's going for three again. Off the front of the rim, but it's going to be rebounded by Richardson. Richardson back to Rivers. Rivers on the left side, and it's going to be foul call on the Warriors. So the Tanagers retain possession. 51 seconds left to go, first period. 13-15, Tanagers trail. Substitutions made. Number 22, Sheila Hinsat's going to come in for number 10, Alexis Hansen. Richardson to inbound the ball. She hits Rivers clear back on the other side of the half court. Rivers back to Richardson. Richardson looks underneath. That's going to be Nelson. Nelson back to Richardson. Richardson for three, and it's off the edge of the rim. Rebounded by the Warriors. Whitefeather takes it down the left side. Whitefeather drives up the middle. Whitefeather gets pushed. Lost the ball, no call. Whitefeather, and there's a battle. Recovered by Rivers. She won the fight, no call there. 26 seconds left to go on the clock. 13-15. Tanagers trail. Rivers dribbles, tries to chew a little clock. 17, 16. 13 seconds. Rivers goes left. She tries to drive up the middle. She's going to go for the layup. There's the foul call. And they're going to say Tanagers retain possession. 5 seconds left to go. Tanagers trail by 2. Substitutions made by the Warriors. Harper Grimsley comes in. Rivers tries to inbound the ball, overshoots her target. It's going to be recovered by the Warriors. That's number 10, Isabel Shout. Shout puts it up the last second, and it's going to be in and out of the rim. That'll do it for our first quarter. 15-13, our final score. I'm Patrick Olson for Parkour. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back right after this.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. You're listening to Vermillion Tanagers football on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. 15-13 as the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors lead over the Vermillion Tanagers. A hard-fought, fast-paced battle so far. Taylor Rivers inbounds the ball. She takes it down the middle of the court, crosses the half-court line, looks back at the sideline to her coach. Works to the left side. Works back to the left side. She's going to take it herself. Goes for 2. Just off that back side of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by Rivers off the foot of Izzy Richardson. Rivers works the middle, turns around, gets it back to number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen drives it up for 2 herself, and she's got it. Tie ball game, 15-15, right as we start the second period.
Great ball movement there to find a cutter. That is the way that Vermillion will need to continue this offense.
Nelson over to Britton. Britton down under the Whitefeather. Whitefeather tries to get it underneath to Vandetop. Vandetop gets it over to number 10. That's Scott. Scott over to Britton. Britton back to Scott. Scott. That's Britton. Britton to Whitefeather. Whitefeather. And there's going to be a foul on the Warriors. So it'll be Tanager ball. Izzy Richardson looks to inbound to Taylor Rivers. They're going to call that on Stella Britton, number 21 for the Warriors. Taylor Rivers takes it down the court, gets it over to Izzy Richardson. Richardson works to the top, gets it over to Alexis Hansen. Hansen down to Hinseth. Hinseth back to Hansen, over to Richardson. Back to Roovers. Roovers over to Hansen. To Hinseth. Hinseth for three. And just off the back of the rim, rebounded by Whitefeather, and that's going to be a shove call against Izzy Richardson for the Tanagers.
One thing I like here is the Tanagers are still continuing a perimeter, like, swinging the ball very well. They're not letting Taylor Rivers be the only person to shoot, and it's keeping that Sergeant Bluff-Luton defense very honest.
McKenna Nelson versus Taylor Rivers full court press. Nelson takes it down the left side of the floor, moving right to left on your radar. Nelson takes it herself, tries for two, doesn't get it. Rebounded by Hinseth, stolen back by 21 Stella Britton, and that'll be a travel call against the Warriors, so Tanagers will retain after the chaos on the floor. Roovers takes it down the right side. Slowing the pace a little bit, directing traffic. Roovers going to push it over to Richardson on the right. Richardson down below to number 33. That's Marissa Warren. Warren outside. 22 Hinseth. Hinseth back to Roovers. Roovers fakes left, goes right. Looking right. And it's going to be a foul call on the Warriors. They're going to get number 21 Stella Britton on that. Warrior. So the Tanagers retain possession. 33 Marissa Warren to receive the inbound. Over to Taylor Roovers. Roovers. That's Richardson. Richardson. Hansen. Hansen to Hinseth. Hinseth back to Hansen. Hansen dribbles right. Over to Richardson, and it's between her legs, out of bounds, Warriors basketball. And though that's like we were talking before, when you're talking about a young team, those little mistakes like that where maybe they're not quite on the same page compared to an older team.
Yeah, exactly. It's, still working on your ball handling, and it might make it a little bit harder when you face advanced pressure like the Sergeant Bluff-Luton defense.
Vandentop. Over to Scott. Scott to the top. That's 25 Lake. Lake back to Scott. Scott. And it's going to be intercepted. Taylor Rivers fast break. She's going to go for two. Up and just off the edge. It's going to be rebounded by Izzy Richardson. Richardson's going to get to the try to work it out, and it's going to get stolen. There will be a foul call against Richardson. They're going to say it's a Warriors basketball after all the chaos. They were wrestling for the ball.
Yeah, Taylor Rivers went to the basket. A little bit of contact. They didn't call it. Shot barely misses, and Richardson fought for the rebound, but a little bit of a mix-up there as no one could establish possession, and the Warriors end up with the basketball. You got to be happy how Vermillion ran transition there and fought for the board, though.
Vandentop takes the inbound, gets it to Cadera. Scott. Scott goes left, hands off. That's Vandentop. Vandentop works to the right side. Vandentop gets it underneath. That's Scott. Scott dribbles back to the left up the top of the key. Scott gets it, popped out, recovers. Dribbles back to the right. Underneath, that's Vandentop. Vandentop for two, and she's got it. 17-15. 5:02 left to go in our second. Roovers takes it left side. She's going to drive hard. She's looking for the two herself. She stops, puts it up, and it's in. 17-17. 4:50 left to go. Roovers with the response. Vandentop takes it down left side. She shoots it over to number 11. That's Cadera. Cadera gets it stolen. Number 33, Marissa Warren. Over to number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen to Roovers. Roovers slowing down the pace. Crosses the half-court line. She's getting pressed hard by number 11. That's Cadera. 15, Grimsley. Hansen back to Roovers. Roovers, top of the key. She's going to drive inside. Gets it underneath Hansen. Hansen barely catches it. She dribbles, puts it up, and gets blocked. It's going to be a travel call, though, against the Tanagers. So it'll be Warriors basketball. 17-17. 4:10 left to go on our Marsaba scoreboard.
Yeah, one thing we got to see here is that 5'10 power forward Harper Grimsley's guarding 5'5 Taylor Rivers and not giving her any room to operate.
Definitely pressing her hard all night. Number 23, McKenna Nelson takes it, gets it over to number 11, Cadera. Cadera drives to the right side, gets it outside Whitefeather. Whitefeather drives back to the left side. Whitefeather for two, and she's got it. 19-17. Warriors take the lead. 3:50 left to go on our half. Rivers dribbles down the middle of the court. Slow, setting something up. Tries to work the right side. That's number 15. Grimsley presses her hard. Takes the shot, misses. Then there's girls on the court everywhere. Gets it back outside to Rivers. Tanagers retain. Rivers for three, and it's just off the edge of the rim. Rebounded number 15. That's Tessa Nelson. Nelson back to Hansen. Nelson back to Rivers. Rivers dribbles right. Back to Nelson. Back to Rivers. Rivers underneath. That's 22. Hinseth. Hinseth back to Rivers. Rivers works to the left side. Now back to the right, and we're going to get a whistle call.
Yeah, it looks. Harper Grimsley was hand-checking Rivers there. It did take a second for them to start calling it there, but yeah, she was hand-checking somebody that's about 5 inches shorter than her. And it looks like we'll be seeing a Vermillion timeout. It'll be only 30 seconds, so we'll probably just keep it here real quick.
Harper Grimsley, the 5'10 freshman power forward, gets one of the few foul calls today, and this has been a pretty clean game played by both teams. Just 5 fouls total the whole game compared to the boys' game before. There's 5 fouls within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, that was a very physical game, and no one quite knew how to play some of that clean defense. They were really going for the basketball. This one has been some pretty clean play. We've seen some blocks, some steals, some jump ball calls, so pretty clean game so far, still keeping up some of that pace. Both of these teams shooting the jump shot and playing great team basketball. They're passing it. There hasn't been anyone that has just been taking every single shot. Taylor Rivers is leading scorer for Vermillion by far, but the Tanagers are giving everyone chances to put it up, and that's what's really kept them in this ball game, as they're only down 2.
3:09 left to go in our first half. 17-19. Tanagers trail by 2 as ball inbounded to Taylor Rivers. She's going to work left side. She's going to pop it back out. Number 15, Tessa Nelson. Nelson back to Rivers at the top of the key. Underneath, it's number 22, Hinseth. Hinseth trapped up, and it's going to get popped out. And they're going to say it touched a Warrior last, so the Tanagers retain possession. Rivers to inbound the ball. Rivers clear over to Nelson. Nelson for 3, and she's got it. Nothing but net. 20-19. Tanagers take a lead. 2:52 left to go.
What a 3 from the 8th grader, Nelson.
Vandentop over to Whitefeather. Whitefeather over to Kadera. Kadera down underneath 23. That's Nelson. Nelson tries it for 3, and she doesn't get it. Off the top of the backboard. Fight for the ball. It's recovered by a Warrior. That's Vandentop. Vandentop over to Nelson. Nelson back to Vandentop. She's going to try to drive for 2, and there's the foul call she was looking for. No, they're going to say it was a travel call on McKenna Nelson, so it will be a Tanager basketball. 2:26 left to go on our Mesaba scoreboard. 2019 Tanagers lead.
Yeah, Vermillion has really kept the offensive pace here, and they're getting everybody involved. That's what's really been hard for Sergeant Bluff-Luton is they can't focus on 1 or 2 players.
Rivers over to Hinseth. Hinseth over to Nelson. Nelson top of the key, back to Hinseth on the right side. Nelson underneath the Rivers at the baseline. Rivers all the way across the court. That's Nelson. Nelson up for 3, and it's going to just go in and out. Not going to be good, but it's rebounded by the Tanagers outside for Rivers, and it's going to bounce off the backboard and recovered by the Warriors finally.
Yeah, it's brutal to see a shot go in and out.
150. Tanagers lead by a point, 2019. Warriors try to get the ball inside, recovered by number 10. That's Scott. Scott loses the ball. It's going to be recovered by the Tanagers. Rivers gets it left side of the court. She's going to slow it down. 1:37 left to go in the half. Rivers over to Hinseth. Right side. Hinseth back to Nelson. On the left side, Nelson back to Hinseth. Hinseth over to Rivers on the baseline on the right side. Rivers drives it in, gets it underneath. That's number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen loses it. Number 21 for the Warriors, Stella Britton recovers. Britton gets it over to Scott. Scott puts it up, and it's going to be no good, but she's going to get the foul call.
Yeah, when you're a defender, you can't quite get your feet set. That'll lead to a blocking foul every time. Better than to leave an open layup here, as Vermillion still has a foul to give with 1:14 left.
Our Mesaba scoreboard 2019. Tanagers lead. Warriors inbound the ball. Almost dropped by number 22, Bree Vandentop. Vandentop's dribble right side, get it over to Scott. Scott looking for an opening. Scott to Whitefeather. Whitefeather tries to throw it, and it's going to be blocked by number 11. That's Taylor Ruvers again. But it would have touched her last, so Warriors retain the ball. Number 21 to inbound. It's Stella Britton. Britton gets it over to Whitefeather. Whitefeather back to Britton. Britton to the top side, Scop. Scop over 22, Vandentop. Vandentop over to 23, Nelson. Nelson tries for three, and it's off the edge of the rim. Recovered by the Warriors, though. 22, Vandentop puts it up for three, and that's off the edge of the rim for her as well. Finally recovered by the Tanagers. Rivers dribbles down, right side. Tanagers slowing down. Rivers is going to try it from three, and she doesn't quite have it. Off the front of the backboard. Recovered by the Warriors. 34 seconds left to go. Britton slowing things down. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 23 seconds left on the game clock. Finally, timeout called by the Warriors. We're going to take that right with them. We'll be back right after this. Thank you for listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Our second half of our doubleheader matchup as our Vermillion Tanagers lead 20-19 with 21 seconds left to go in our second half over the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. And Parker, we were just talking, the reason why the Vermillion's up in this game is they're controlling the pace of this game. They're not allowing Sergeant Bluff to dictate how this game's going to be played.
Exactly. If you can control the pace and really manage to slow it down when you need it and make the other team take their time on offense, you can control how many points get scored.
Warrior basketball, number 23, McKenna Nelson takes the inbound, top of the key. 16 seconds left. Gets it over 21, Stella Britton. Britton tries to drive left side, hands off Whitefeather. Whitefeather for three, and she's got it. That's going to be new lead takeover from the Warriors, 22-20, 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, 0. Tries for two at the last second. Taylor Ruvers tried, and she couldn't quite get it. That'll take us to halftime, 22-20. The Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors lead over the Vermillion Tanagers. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. We'll be back with halftime analysis right after this.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. Like, I mean, I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You wanna be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You know, you're just full of people who care.
Starting with First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part.
earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
3:44 left to go in our halftime. 22-20 our score as the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors lead over the Vermillion Tanagers. Patrick Olson Parkour, thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio for Vermillion Tanagers basketball, brought to you in part by First Dakota National Bank. And Parker, we were talking during that halftime about, you know, our big superstar, obviously, in this game so far has been number 11, Taylor Rivers, the sophomore guard for the Tanagers. She's really been their lifeblood so far in that first half.
Yeah, I know she made multiple three-pointers, from beyond even that college line that's painted out there. That was honestly one of my favorite things coming into this game was I want to see her taking her shots because she already takes them from that distance when she's on a high school court. So it was nice seeing that. We also saw some really big impact play from Izzy Richardson, who was fighting for the ball. Tessa Nelson made a three, was fighting to the rim. We saw people fighting for rebounds. Marisa Warren, Kaylee Schultz, Shaylin Hinseth, all really playing a cohesive team unit, and that's really what you need to do when you are juniors, sophomores, freshmen, eighth graders, is really play good team basketball because you might not have as much experience, but you do have experience playing with each other, and that's all you need. Sergeant Bluff-Luton coming into this game, you have multiple double-digit scorers. Bree Vandentop hasn't gotten going as much, but we really have seen Trinity Whitefeather make a couple jump shots. Isabella Scott has been all over this game. And honestly, somebody who didn't even start coming into this, Harper Grimsley has done a great job guarding Taylor Roovers. I mean, they decided to put somebody with a 5'10", height, maybe even almost a 6-foot-long wingspan to guard a 5'5" guard in Taylor Roovers, and it's really impacted this game. It's really turned Taylor into a passer, into a she's been shooting that floater pretty well. So we'll have to see if Vermillion can control the pace of this game, honestly.
And then, like we said before the half, that's the reason that they're still in this game so close, is they've been able to maybe possess the ball a little longer. Taylor Roovers has been slowing the game down because this Warriors team wants to play at a fast pace. They want to play almost a fast break style kind of game. They're not going to press you, so they're not going to allow you to get down the court, and they're going to try to press you right away when you get possession. 1:14 left to go, Parker. 22-20 our score on their Saba scoreboard. We're going to take one more final break here, and we'll be back right after this for second half action here on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, Fox Sports Radio. You're listening to Vermillion Tanagers basketball.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. Second half action about to start here. Inbounding the ball, 21 Stella Britton gives it to Bree Vandentop. Warrior basketball. Vandentop back to Britton. Britton outside to Whitefeather. Whitefeather all the way across the court back to Vandentop. Vandentop for three, and she's got it. 25-20 now our score right away to start the third. Roovers takes the ball middle of the court. Looking to set something up. Gets it outside. Richardson to the left side. Richardson back top, that's Roovers. Roovers over the outside, that's 22 Hinseth. Hinseth underneath, that's Hanson. Hanson back to Hinseth, Roovers. Roovers drives, right side, she goes for the layup, and she's got the and one. 22-25, 7:27 in our third period.
Yeah, that and one there, I almost thought they were going to call it on the ground, but they did call it through continuation.
River shot up and no questions asked, and good. Warrior basketball. Rivers are going to press, get outside. That's number 23, McKenna Nelson. Nelson gets it out. 21 still a Britton. Whitefeather. Whitefeather dribbles the right side. Whitefeather goes left. That's Britton. Britton drives the baseline. Britton gets it underneath. That's 10. Scop outside to Vandentop. Vandentop to Whitefeather. Whitefeather outside back to Britton. Britton dribbles up to the middle. Britton underneath, gets it to 22. That's Vandentop. Vandentop puts it up for two, doesn't get it. Rebounded by number 33, Marissa Warren. Warren gets it to Roovers. Roovers dribbles, middle of the court. Over to Hinseth. Hinseth for three. And she's got it from college. 26-25. Tanagers take the lead back, 6:42 left to go.
What a shot. We haven't gotten to see Shaylin Hinseth take that many threes this year, so that's a pleasant surprise right there.
Britton gets it stealed by Rivers. Rivers right for the fast break, puts it up for the layup. Rivers, no good, but she's going to get the foul call. 2 shots. Taylor Rivers for their second time to the line this half.
Yeah, Taylor Rivers, 5'5", but she drives straight to the basket, and people are scared, so they tend to throw more contact into her.
She is physical when she goes for that layup, 26-25. See if Rivers can add to that score. Her first shot is up and off the front of the rim. So our score will stay the same. 6:29 left to go on your Mesaba scoreboard. Rivers' second shot. She puts it up, and that one is going to go in, nothing but net. Scott takes the ball left side. Moving left to right on your radio. Scott dribbles back to the middle, throws right side to Vandentop. Vandentop back underneath. Gets it stolen by Rivers. Rivers is putting on a show. Rivers left side. She's going to drive right, get to the left. Hinseth. Hinseth looks back to Rivers. Rivers drives left side. Inside, she's going to put up for 2. And just off the outside of the rim, it's going to be rebounded. But we will have the foul call, be shove call on Whitefeather, I believe. So the Tanagers will retain possession. Taylor Rivers, offensive star, defensive star. She has been the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah, just diving for the rebound there was very clutch.
Over to Hinseth. Hinseth for 3, and she's got it out of the gate. Rivers to Hinseth on the rebound, 30-25. Tanagers lead, 5:55 left to go in the third.
Yeah, Harper Grimsley actually leaking out, kind of not defending the play, and you can hear the coach for the other team screaming, Harper, no one's out there, and then we get a three-pointer from the Tanagers.
Scott to Whitefeather. Whitefeather back to Scott. Scott up to the right side to Vandentop. Vandentop for 3. She misses an air ball, rebounded by Rivers. Rivers tries to get underneath, gets it up to number 10, Hansen. Hansen for 2, and she's got it. 32-25 our score. Tanagers lead, 5:29 left to go.
Yeah, the Tanagers, this has been some of the best fast break ball they played all year, and we need a timeout on the other side.
There will be a timeout taken by the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to Tanagers Tanagers basketball. Lord have mercy. You're listening to Tanagers basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be right back.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainsbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Mesaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at mesabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Mesaba.
Mesaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
And we are back with some Vermillion Tanager basketball.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr, thank you for joining us. 101.5, 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio. Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors will take possession. 5:23 left to go in our third, 32-25 after the Tanagers went on a scoring run. Right side, and it's going to be intercepted. That's, guess who? Taylor Rivers again. Rivers up the middle. Drives to the right side. Rivers stops, backpedals across the court. That's Richardson. Richardson underneath. That's Hansen. Hansen up for 2. Doesn't have it. In and out. Going to be rebounded. Bree Vandentop. Vandentop takes it down right side. Vandentop back to the top. That's Stella Britton. Britton underneath. That's Scop. Scop outside to Vandentop for 3, and she's got it. 28-32, 4:44 left to go. 4:44 left to go. Will be a travel call against the Tanagers, so the Warriors will take back possession of the ball. And that timeout seemed to be paying off for the Warriors. Nelson takes the inbound. Takes it down the right side. Over to Vandentop. Vandentop back to Nelson. Nelson dribbles right. Down to the right side of Vandentop. Vandentop. Double covered. Pivots. Looking for an opening. She's got nothing, and there will be a call. And they're going to say Warriors basketball. It'll be a timeout call. Timeout on the floor, so we'll take a timeout right with you. Thank you for joining on Vermillion Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Patrick Olson alongside Parker Orr. 4:22 left to go in our third period here. 28-32, Tanagers lead the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. Warriors about to start possession after the official timeout there. Bree Vandentop takes the possession. She's going to drive in the middle, get it outside to Whitefeather. Whitefeather drives back to the right side, gets it up top to Britton. Britton drives right, fakes left. Get it over the left side, Vandentop. Vandentop drives inside, tries to get the bounce pass inside to Scott, but it bounces out of bounds. It'll be Tanager basketball.
Yeah, very good defense there from the Tanagers. They're playing a 3-2 zone when they need to create perimeter pressure. They're doubling at the right time, and elite scorers like Bree Vandentop just can't get anything going.
Rivers takes the possession down the middle. She's going to go left. That's Richardson. Richardson back to Rivers. Rivers over to Hinseth. Hinseth back to Rivers. Rivers is going to dribble right side. She's going to drive inside. Gets it back to Hinseth. Hinseth for three. And just off the outside of the rim. Going to be rebounded off the tip of the fingers. Be rebounded by a Warrior. That's Isabella Scop. Scop over to Vandentop. Vandentop going to dribble left. Try to get inside. Looking for an opening. She's going to pass right. That's Britton. Britton going to dribble inside. Pass back to Vandentop on the right side. Inside to Scott. Scott for two, and she's got it. 32-30. And the Warriors are clawing back. Britton takes it down the left side. Britton goes all the way underneath. She looks for number 10. That's Tessa Nelson. Alexis Hansen, And Hansen has the two. 34-30. 3:15 left to go.
Yeah, when teams like the Warriors play a 2-3 zone like that, all you got to do is make sure you have somebody running the baseline to get that backdoor cut.
Vandentop for three. Oh, just outside. Doesn't quite get it. Rebounded by number 23. That's McKenna Nelson. Nelson over to Whitefeather. Whitefeather for three. And Whitefeather's got it. Nothing but net. 33-34, and they're really starting to claw into this one. 1 point trail. Rivers takes it, drives inside. She's going to go for two right from the base, from the foul line. Doesn't get it. Recovered by Whitefeather. Whitefeather for Vandentop. Almost intercepted by Rivers. And they're going to say it last touch Vandentop. So the Tanagers will get possession of the ball. 2:39 left to go on your Mesaba scoreboard. 34-33 Tanagers lead.
Absolute hustle there from Rivers, even though she didn't need it because the ball went out of bounds.
Rivers takes possession of the ball, dribbles across the half-court line. Ruders drives right side. She's going to get inside over this to Nelson. Nelson tries to get over to Hinseth and does not get it there. Intercepted by a Warrior. Number 10, Scott. Scott drives right side, gets it over Vandentop. Vandentop works back to the left, top of the key. Looking for an opening. Vandentop works right, back to the left. It's got number 11, Kadera. Kadera back to the outside. That's Scott. Scott for three. And just off the outside of the rim, recovered by Taylor Ruders. Ruders back, right side. She's going to go underneath. That's Hinseth. Hinseth for two on the layup. She's going to get the two shots. And once again, we're seeing this Tanagers team set the pace of the game. They're not letting the Warriors get comfortable.
Yeah, Sergeant Bluff-Luton only being able to stay in it. They fouled 4 times already in this quarter. They've had to play very physical to stop the Tanagers.
First shot's going to be missed. 34-33 score stands. 1:56 left to go on our Mesaba scoreboard. Sheila Hinseth's second shot up and just off the outside of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by the Tanagers. Tanagers, Reuter puts it up for three, and it's going to be just airballed off the outside. Possession turned over, Warrior basketball, 34-33. Our score sits, 1:48 left to go in the third. Scott takes the ball down the middle of the court. Scott looks to the right side. That's Vandentop. Vandentop works back left. Back to Scott. Scott over to Cadera. Cadera back to Scott. Scott dribbles. She's going to try for three. And just off the max side of the rim, recovered by the Tanagers. They're going to say number 15, Harper Grimsley, had the foul. That's going to be her second one of the day. 5 fouls in this half for the Warriors compared to none for the Tanagers.
Yeah, that'll put them in the bonus right here.
That'll put Tessa Nelson to the line for her second time of the day. 1:25 left to go in our third period. 34-33, 1 point lead for the Tanagers. Nelson's first shot up and good. 35-33, 2 point advantage. Substitutions made by both teams.
Yeah, Tessa Nelson's been a big impact player in this game, being the only junior high person in this entire court.
Nelson's second shot up and good, nothing but net. That's a 3 point advantage for the Tanagers. Vandentop's going to work the right side of the court. She's going to get pushed by Reuters. Vandentop, she's covered hard. She's pivots. She's looking for opening. Gets it underneath to Scott. Scott dribbles underneath the baseline, puts it up on the layup, and misses it. It's rebounded by the Tanagers. Reuters knocks over Nelson trying to get the ball. Reuters works left side. Goes back to the right, hits Hinseth on the right side, back to Reuters in the middle, over to Richardson on the left. Richardson back to the right side to Hinseth. Hinseth underneath, that's Nelson. Nelson for two, just off the basket, covered by Richardson. Richardson hands off, that's 10. Hansen all the way to Reuters. Reuters dribbles back to the top of the key. She's got three. No, off the rim. Hinseth recovers though. And finally, there's going to be a travel call against the Tanagers, so it'll be Warriors ball. 36-33, 41 seconds left to go in our third.
Vermillion in this quarter just fighting for the rebounds. I mean, we've talked about Izzy Richardson being a hustle player on those. You know, there's not necessarily any kind of height advantage, but they've been just fighting for those boards.
Best way you could describe their style of play is scrappy. Warriors work inside, back outside, number 11 is Kadera. Kadera back to the top of the key, gets it over to Vandentop. Vandentop to the bottom of the key, that's Whitefeather. Whitefeather works back to the left side to the top of the key, all the way over to number 10, that's Scop. Scop underneath. That's Britton, and there'll be a call there. It'll be a body call, and Warriors retain possession. They're going to get Izzy Richardson on the foul there, so 19 and a half seconds left to go in the third period. 3 point lead by the Tanagers. Scott to throw it in. Whitefeather to rebound, but it goes off the finger of number 22, Sheila Hinseth. Good defense by her. Warriors try it again on the inbound. Scott to throw it in. Scott peels it a long way to Vandentop. Vandentop over to Whitefeather. Whitefeather for three. And she's got it. That's going to tie the ball game. 36 points, 12 seconds left to go.
Whitefeather can't miss today, Patrick.
Reuter up the middle. She's driving hard up the middle, and they're going to get the call. 5 seconds left to go in the third period. And like you're saying, Whitefeather, that's her third three-point shot of the day. That puts her 3 of 4. Taylor Reuter goes to the line for the third time today. Score tied 36-all. First shot in. Tanager lead 37-36. Reuter's second shot. Up. And in. Thought it was going to roll off the edge of the rim there, but it went in. Britton takes the ball. Tries to hit it underneath to Kadera. And it goes over her head, so Tanagers get the ball back with 0.2 seconds left to go in the third period.
It went out at 0.6, but it was a little bit of a short clock.
And that'll do it for our third period. Thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. We'll be right back after this for fourth period action, 38-36. Our Masada scoreboard update. Patrick Olson, Parker Moore, thank you for joining us. We'll be back right after this.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Fourth quarter action begins 38-36 in a highly contested game where the Tanagers find themselves up on the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. And Parker, like we said, highly contested game, really excited. What do you expect to see in this fourth quarter?
Well, Sergeant Bluff-Luton in that quarter were uncharacteristically chaotic on defense. They fouled 6 times, and they sent Vermillion to the free throw line multiple times. Vermillion was fighting for rebounds. If Vermillion can keep up the hustle and make their open shots, they can win this. If Sergeant Bluff can clean up their mistakes, not foul, they'll probably win this. This is some elite action we've got here, presented by First Dakota National Bank.
Anybody's game as Taylor Reuters takes the ball to begin the fourth quarter. She works down the middle of the court on the South Dakota logo. She works right side. She's going to drive it herself up the middle, put it up for 2, and she gets the foul shot and 1. 40-36 to start our fourth quarter, and there's our superstar of the game, Taylor Reuters again going to the line.
Talk about a Pied Piper replay there. Taylor Reuters ruthless at the basket. She's 5'5", but she plays like she's 6 feet tall.
Don't find many that drive as hard as hers. Her shot goes up, and it is good, 41-36. She extends the lead, 7:50 left to go in the ball game. Vanentop takes it right side. She's going to drive right. She's going to drive back to the left side. She's going for 2, and it's off the backside of the rim, recovered by Taylor Reuters. Reuters slows the pace, lets things develop, get the offense set up. Reuters on the half-court line. She's pointing out traffic. Drives left, passes it over. It's number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen inside to number 22, Hinseth. Hinseth tries for the 2 and airballs it. Recovered by Bree Vandentop for the Warriors. Vandentop, right side. Vandentop. That's Scott. Scott pushes to the right. That's over to Kadera. Kadera to Britton. Britton is going to get
kicked ball violation, it looks like.
That's going to go to Taylor against Taylor Reuters, they're going to say. So Warriors retain possession. Isabella Scott to inbound the ball. Scott fakes, gets it inside the Vandentop. Vandentop loses the ball. It's going to get picked up by Hinseth. Hinseth gives it to Reuters. Drives down the left side of the court. She's going to slow things down. Reuters over to Hinseth. Hinseth back to Reuters. Reuters from a long ways, and it's going to just bounce off the side of the rim, recovered by Whitefeather. Whitefeather's going to drive back for the Warriors. Over to Kadera. Kadera down to Scott. Scott underneath to Kadera. Kadera works inside. She tries for the 2, but it's going to get blocked by Reuters. Reuters recovers. She goes back down the left side of the court, guarded by Vandentop. Reuters slows it down again, lets the offense set up. Over to Richardson. Back to Reuters. Over to Hinseth. Hinseth for 3. And off the outside, but it's going to be recovered by Hansen. Hansen back to Reuters. Reuters for 3. And she's got it.
What a run there from Hansen. Able to block the shot, get the rebound, pass it to Reuters there, and then Reuters nails the 3.
44-36, 6:04 left to go in the ballgame. Britton over to Scott. Scott on the left side, works back to the middle. She's going to drive inside, gives back outside to Kadera. Kadera inside, spins back outside to Britton, and it's going to get blocked by number 3, Marissa Warren. It's going to go off on Warren, so Warriors retain possession.
This is the scrappy defense Vermillion needs to play to keep the Warriors uncomfortable.
And you can really tell that this Warriors offense is uncomfortable. A lot of chaos on the floor when they have possession of the ball. Number 10, Isabella Scott to inbound the ball. Number 21, 22, Bree Vandentop to receive. Vandentop gets the ball left side, works towards the middle, gets it outside. 23, McKenna Nelson. Nelson works right side. Back over to the middle to Scott. Scott dribbles right side, gets a screen. Scott to the inside. She's going to try to drive, puts it up, and that's going to be a blocking call against the Tanagers. Warriors inbound again. They're going to get Sheelan, hit number 22, Sheelan Hinseth on the blocking call. Scott inbounds the ball, bounces it off the feet of Vandentop. Scott recovers, almost losing the ball, recovers it again, works inside. She's trying to get the two herself, and she finally does. 38-44, 5:30 left to go in the ballgame.
Now that is the touch that Vandentop hasn't gotten to display as much.
Rivers works the left side. Double team. She's trying to find a lane. She gets pushed, looking for the call. Number 15, Harper Grimsley. Tough defense.
Vermillion timeout, I believe.
And they're going to say Vermillion got the timeout in time, so they'll retain possession. We'll be back right after this. 5:15 left to go. 44-38 your score.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Root for your home team and be there for all of the excitement. NSAAHome.org has all your high school sports championship ticket information.
Thank you for joining us in Vermillion, South Dakota, Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Fourth quarter action as we got 5:15 left to go in our ball game. 44-38 as the Vermillion Tanagers lead over the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. And Parker, we're talking right before we went to break. This has been a scrappy Vermillion team. They have caused a lot of chaos for that Sergeant Bluff offense. And, you know, that's kind of been the key to this whole game is just keeping them out of position, keeping them uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, this is the best defense, best rebounding we've seen from Vermillion all year. Everybody is fighting for this game, and they have a lot of heart.
Rivers inbounds, gets the inbound ball. She's going to work towards the middle. Passes over to Richardson. Richardson works to the other side. Rivers left side. She tries for three, and she's got it. 47-38, 5:04 left to go. Scott drives right side. Scott drives up the middle. She's going to look for that to herself. Gets it over, and that's number 15. It's going to go off the – that's Harper Grimsley. They're going to say it went off Grimsley's fingertips, so it'll be a Tanager ball. And with that kind of trail, that's a mistake you can't really have right now if you're a Warrior.
Yeah, great coaching there. Coach Brooks was able to call for the help, and Lexi came over, and Vermillion just made it really difficult, and the ball goes off Grimsley.
Hinseth on the right side. She's going to work towards the middle, gets it over to Richardson. Richardson to the left side, top of the key. Dribbles right. She's going to go back to Hinseth. Hinseth's going to fake step underneath in the middle to Rivers. Rivers for two, and she's got it. 49-38, 4:27 left to go.
Yeah, Taylor Rivers there just continuing the showcase of every single one of her talents. It's insane.
White Feather works right side, back to the left side. That's Scott. Scott dribbles right side. Looking for an opening, gets underneath. That's Grimsley. Grimsley stands, throws under the middle. White Feather. White Feather to the baseline, gets it back outside. It's 21, Britton. Britton underneath. That's Scott. Scott misses. Tried for the 2-point layup and couldn't quite get enough power in there. Recovered by the Tanagers. Ritters work the middle of the floor. Over to number 2, that's Izzy Richardson. Richardson all the way across, back to Hinseth. Hinseth for three. And she's got that one. 52-38, 3:40 left to go.
Yeah, Shaylin Hinseth has been a good spot-up shooter, but she decides to pull up from 3 there and swishes it in.
Whitefeather works the left side. This Warriors team needs something fast. Whitefeather back to the left. She gets it over 21. That's Stella Britton. Britton dribbles top of the key. She's going to try for 3. And she off the back, but it's going to be recovered by Grimsley. Grimsley back to Whitefeather. Whitefeather dribbles top of the key. She's going to dribble the right side, gets it underneath, and it's going to be intercepted by Reuter. But there's going to be a call on the floor. Warriors retain the ball.
I believe it was a timeout call by the Warriors.
That will be the call and timeout on the Warriors. We're going to take that right with them. We'll be back right after this.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Welcome back.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Welcome back to the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, Vermillion, South Dakota. Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. You're watching Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Thank you for joining us on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM Fox Sports Radio. 52-38, 3:14 left to go in our ball game, and the Tanager offense finding ways to pull away and keep this an interesting game as it's inbound of the Warriors. That's Whitefeather on the right side. Whitefeather to the top of the key. She's looking for an opening. Gets underneath. That's Vandentop. Vandentop off her foot, losing it. It's going to be a Tanager basketball.
There we go. That Tanager hustle is just proving very valuable.
Able to cause chaos when they're on defense. That's been their trademark of the game so far. Number 11, Taylor Rivers, to get the inbound. She works down the middle of the court. Directing traffic. She's going to go right. She's going to get over to number 2, Izzy Richardson. Richardson on the right side. Over to the middle. That's number 10. Over to number 15. That's Nelson. Nelson back to Richardson. Over to Rivers. Rivers works back to the left. Over to Nelson. Nelson back to Rivers on the bottom of the left side. Rivers looking over to Nelson. Nelson back to Rivers. Rivers works to the left side. She's going to drive baseline. Rivers up for 2, and she's got that one. About as physical as you'll see when she decides to drive the ball. 54-38, 2:22 left to go in the game. Vandentop tries to hit number 11, Kadera, on the bottom, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Tanager ball.
Patrick, we've seen a 16-4 Tanager run in this fourth quarter. They have really cemented a lead here that they've been very careful with the basketball. I would not be surprised if we see them win this game with 2 minutes left, but they still got to put execution out there.
Tanager's moving right to left on your radio. Nelson has the ball left side. She's going to get over to Rivers left side. Down the middle, that's number 10, Alexis Hansen. Hansen for 2, and she's got it. 56-38, 1:57 left to go, and the Tanagers are pulling away.
That is the aggression you want to see from your forwards.
Whitefeather over to Scop. Scop on the right side, top of the key. Over to Whitefeather. She's going to work it to the middle. Underneath, that's Vandentop on the right side. Back to the top, that's Whitefeather. Whitefeather to the right side. She's working. Over to Scop. Scop works back to the left. She had the lane to shoot, but gets it across the court to Kadera. Kadera thought she had it, but didn't. Back to the top to Scop. Scop's going to drive, and she misses the layup. It's going to be recovered by number 15, Tessa Nelson. Nelson gets it back to Reuters, and they're going to slow the pace down.
Yeah, Tessa Nelson's been fighting on the boards, 5'7" height, not too bad, but looks like we see a timeout call here.
1:14 left to go in our game, 56-38 on our Mesaba scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, trust the experts at Dave's Roofing, the elite roofing company based in Elk Point, South Dakota. Dave's Roofing delivers a commitment to quality and service that extends from installation to repair and replacement of residential and commercial roofing projects, done right with no mess left behind. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Dave's Roofing today for your free estimate. Experienced, quality, reliable.
Welcome back as we continue action. Number 5, Haley Stanek. Underneath the number 42, that's Schmidt. Schmidt over to number 3, that's Johnson. Johnson back to Schmidt. Schmidt over to number 30, that's Botsfelson. Botsfelson over to Stanek. And that'll be a shot clock violation, so turnover. Warrior will take the ball.
Yeah, and with less than a minute left, we've got, Haley Stanek out there. We've got Bottleson out there. And this is a great win from the Tanagers. What was a close game the entire time. They have clutched this out against Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Best win of the season so far.
Number 3, that's Hardgraves, tries to take the shot. She's going to miss it. It'll be a Tanager ball. Number 42, Smith to inbound. Smith going to work it down the left side of the court. Smith, Bottleson underneath. That's Stanek. Stanek's going to try to drive the baseline. She's going to put it up for 2 and airball it. It's going to be rebounded and jump ball. And they will say it'll go to the Warriors. 13 seconds left to go, 56-38.
Yeah, Delaney Smith out there, one of the lone seniors on the team as well as Sydney Johnson.
Going to be number 15, and that'll be our ball game. 56-38 be the final score. I'm Patrick Olson, Parker Orr. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with the end of the game analysis. Stick right with us.
It's funny how life is made up of moments. Quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Welcome to the First Dakota National Bank post-game show as the Tanagers have felled the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors by a score of 18 points. Patrick, what was the narrative of this game?
At the end of the day, scrappy, physical basketball, and then just one team that just refused to lay down and die. You know, they made a lot of mistakes at the beginning and out-fouled the team for the most part, but they didn't let an older, more experienced team beat them at a neutral site. And when you have a young team like this Tanager team was, it's always exciting to see them go into a neutral site game and beat a team that's far more experienced and has far more upperclassmen.
Yeah, I know exactly. This Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors team, their roster is a bunch of juniors and seniors, and Harper Grimsley's the only freshman they got playing time tonight. Through the first half, it looked like these teams were very well matched up against each other, but the Tanagers were able to go on a 16-4 run and kind of put this to bed in the fourth quarter. I mean, player of the game obviously would be Taylor Roovers as she hit multiple three-pointers, got to the foul line a bunch, hit a couple floaters, was a defensive impact player, forced some turnovers. But you also got to talk about Izzy Richardson fighting for those rebounds and taking those shots at the basket. We saw Alexis Hansen make a couple of clutch shots. Tessa Nelson, the 8th grader, made a three-pointer, fought for the rebounds, got to the basket. Shaylin Hinseth spotted up for 3 a couple times, even pulled up for 3 one time. That is some confidence we need to see from a sophomore, and that is great. And Marisa Warren fighting for rebounds. I mean, when it comes to the Tanagers, I mean, hustle was the name of their game today.
Yeah, the out-hustling the other team, being able to cause chaos when they were on defense, being able to dictate the pace of the game, and it was just overall a really good team effort from the Tanagers. And like I said, it's always something you like to see it when you have such a young team on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Sergeant Bluff-Luton, I mean, we saw some great play. Bree Vandentop showed her ball skills. McKenna Nelson made a couple shots. Isabella Scott was just a gritty hustle player. Trinity Whitefeather, 5'5" guard. She kind of plays the other side of the great shooter, is that she was a spot up. She was shooting the corner. She was doing the catch and shoot all the time,
That's exactly right. Don't get me wrong, that is a talented Warriors team. They're going to be a successful team as they go down the road. They had a few mistakes that they had to clean up towards the end there. That especially that third period when they out-fouled the Tanagers, 6-1. That'll really hurt you as a team going forward. But that's something that, like I said, you can always clean up going down the road.
Exactly. Well, Patrick, this Classic was nothing but a great show. I mean, we even got to see a Centerville Crofton game before this as we were setting up our pregame. But it was great to see Vermillion clutch out 2 wins to get some quality teams crossing the state area. And it looks like we're going into Christmas break with our heads held high here in Clay County. It's been a great time calling this game with you, Patrick, and can't wait to do the next one. Like the extra thanks to Josh running the camera, keeping us on air for sure.
That's exactly right. So for that being said, Patrick Olson and Parker Orr and everybody else at 101.5 and 1570, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.